Hey there, guys. It's Metro. We back. We back. How we back? Yeah, it does look like it. Actually, yeah, we are definitely back. So we're back, and we're also back with Harry. So we're gonna get another one today. He's gonna do some Mythic Plus as Blood Death Knight without Bone Shield, doing a no Bone Shield challenge, no threat challenge. It's gone pretty well. He's successfully done that in every key so far. Are you back though? I'm definitely back. Yeah, I heard Harry went to London, but here he is alive. Yes, he's definitely back. But yeah, we're gonna open his vault. We'll get started on some keys. Hopefully, get his tyrannical score up, and then he'll be ready to start pushing to maybe 2.9, 2.8, wherever he's at. So I'm gonna bring him in, and we'll see what's up.
Champion, may I have a word with you?
Hey Harry, how's it going?
Yo, what's that? Yeah, no, it's all right. It's all right, bro. How about you? How are you?
Oh, it's going great. So what? So this is gonna be another tyrannical week. How do you feel about everything that happened last week then?
So sanguine. Didn't like the sanguine week, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like maybe when I come back for next season, I might just not play on sanguine weeks.
gotcha. Yeah, it's
You
definitely not
know?
very fun.
Yeah, like no, but it's challenging. It's good because obviously it challenges the person. You know, it challenges you, but just dealing with it is a bit like it's different if you have to like, but if you don't have to, then there might be no point in might just play DPS that week, or like I don't know, like like not have to tank that shit, like.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
But it was fun. It was learning curve. Like learned a lot. Um, but I just don't see what they replaced that with. Like how do they replace that? It's like tank mechanic, the tank needs to sort that out. So
Yeah,
it's hard to say.
unfortunately, there's been a bunch of fixes over the years that the tank does the bulk of the job on. Um, the only truly bad one was teaming. That's like the only one that like objectively the tank has full control over. The thing is about Sanguine and also like some other like bolstering and some things like people in the DPS role are supposed to help you with it, but they just don't, right? Like
Oh, I
especially
see.
especially bolstering, but sanguine's actually the same thing. Like in the past, people would help the mobs die evenly, so sanguine wouldn't matter. You know what I mean? But now that all the affixes got nerfed so heavily, the DPS just don't fucking care anymore. They just like, all right, just somebody else will deal with this, you know? But like back in Legion, when these affixes were as difficult as they could ever be, you would have like the whole group working around these affixes to the point where you as the tank didn't really have to do that much at all. But yeah, now it's just
Can
become
remember things had to die at the same. That was bro. And that got removed.
no, it's still the case for both bolstering and sanguine, but just nobody cares anymore because, a bunch of apathy has come into the community since then, obviously. But on top of that, both affixes have been nerfed so heavily that the DPS now are no longer being pressured to actually do work to help it. You know what I mean? Their role has become like, well, I don't care. The tank will handle this. You know what I mean? Whereas in the past, if you did that as DPS, you would just die to bolstering or saying we would just heal mobs to full. Like it was way, way worse back then. So they had to care. But now that it's so easy to deal with, nobody else cares.
Yeah, it's madness, bruv. It's madness, bruv. Like, that's why it's mad to say it, but sometimes it might be better to just have your mates that you play with and like all play the game how it's meant to be played rather than pug with randoms and just have a headache.
Right. Yeah,
You know,
just
Metro?
well, no, pugging is the only option, but yeah. No, Jix brought it up too because like he had the ability to do that 50% whatever mortal strike, and that was tremendously helpful, when he was in the keys with you. So like if
Yeah.
everybody just worked on, bringing more stuff to the key, then Sanguine wouldn't feel like as oppressive.
Everyone cares about their DPS too much.
Yep. All right. Well, anyway, we got a vault to open.
Ooh.
This is gonna be a big one too, because this is gonna be the first vault with a 20 piece in there. And Cameron's here. What's up, buddy? Morning, Metro and Harry. What's up, my friend? How you doing?
Yo, what's that?
Griffin's here too. Morning. How's it going, man? Welcome. I learned last week I can stop some of Vokal's healing on totems. Oh yeah, same thing. We saw that in the video I published. I didn't see a single of my Havoc Dean Hunters using the 50% healing reduced. Yeah, no, nobody else is going to do it. That's what we were just saying. All right, so what do we got here? Everything's at level 20 or higher. Yep, good.
Shoulders, 83.
Yeah.
Trinket,
I
83.
think the helmet is going to be the one, isn't it? Yeah,
Helmet,
that's a
83.
33 item level upgrade. And it's already tier, so you don't have to fly out there and do it. Sweet.
Yeah.
There's a huge upgrade for you. Trinket's solid, but I don't think it really matters at this point in the season.
What, is this the last week?
2 more. This week and next week.
Ooh. And we got 21 Infinite Mirrors on Rise.
Nice. Tyrannical, Entangling, Busting as well. This is going to be a pretty good week for you, I think.
Do I try and upgrade this?
The helmet? Yeah. The first thing you should do is go upgrade that helmet to max.
Champion, may I have
I don't know if you have any currency for it, but if you do, you should. It's a stupid easy talent to take. It's on a choice node you take anyway. Oh yeah, so people just like choose to not be helpful. That's crazy.
Where is the mailbox? Because I think... Yeah, flight stones. They're hooking me up.
That's cool. Who's doing that? Is that Blizzard send any of those?
Yeah, Blizzard, they're like, yo, you're streaming.
We saw how shit your fucking transmog is. Here you go.
I'll put this in there. Oh!
You have enough for 1 upgrade at least, yeah.
But you ain't replacing that helmet, are ya?
Not with 2 weeks left now. The problem is I think the choice node is a strong defensive. Oh yeah. Well, at the level we're doing, they don't need that either way. Does Harry know you can buy a full Mog set for gold and Orgrimmar? What's that? What set would that be? Hey, Turf Ferguson, what's up, buddy? Welcome back, man. Tubbs here. Surprised he hasn't gone out of his way to get a transmog yet. Normally, visuals is all he cares about. Really? Would you agree with that, Harry?
many wares.
No, normally I care about skin, yeah, like, but...
In my time playing WoW with you,
good.
I feel like it's the opposite. No, you don't look
What,
good at all.
seriously?
I feel like you usually don't put any effort into your appearance of your character now.
Every single day I talk about challenge mode sets.
But those are just 1 transmog set.
I know, but I like them.
But you don't collect transmog at all, do you?
No.
Yeah, no.
No.
So I guess that's
Um,
the difference for me. Like, you maybe want to look good, but you're not putting any effort into it. So to me, that means you don't care about it.
Yeah. Well, I only like...
Oh, the old Justice badge gear vendor, you can buy tier 10 or 11. It's the blue and magma plate sets. Getcha. Yeah, that's not a very good set, to be honest. Did you see how quick we're going through Kata? No, I didn't even look at that. It's a joke. I don't know why they're even doing that.
Bro, less than a year, Metro. And
Yeah, what are your thoughts on it?
Bro, but basically, look. I'm not like you, Metro. Like you are done with that side of the game, innit? You've saying it's tarnished. It's done.
I
wanna
would
be
play
no part of it.
TBC, but that's as long as it goes. Like, anything past TBC, I'm totally zero interest in. Like, I
Alright,
never even
so-
installed Wrath of the Lich King once.
What I think is I'll be playing it. I'll be raiding. Raid's a lot harder. But I'm not upset that it's only going to be a year or less than a year because I'm trying to get to Mr. the Pandaria.
Yeah, that's true. Harry actually prefers it.
Yeah. And I want to get to Legion where I enjoyed the game the most. So the quicker we get to Mist, the quicker we get to Legion.
He said, people are reacting to the fact that you said the raids are going to be harder. He means that they're going to be harder than the raids are doing now, which is just like easy mode. Like, he gets carried on every fight and they still one-shot it.
Yeah, basically. Well, I do get 90 logs. Bro, look. Basically, yeah, like the what I'm raiding at the minute, the raids are gonna be twice, 3 times harder, you know?
I don't know about that, to be honest. I don't know because, like, for us as a guild, we started in Wrath and it was not easy. Like, we barely killed Heroic Lich King. Like, it was a fight. Then the next season, it was half the distance. Like, it was only 6 months instead of 12 months, and we cleared the full raid. So to me, that tells me that Cataclysm raids were easier. But I'm often rethinking this and I'm like, did we just get way better as a group? Like, I'm not really sure because it was the first raid that we ever did as a guild, and then the second raid we ever did as a guild. But yeah, Cataclysm raids were very, very easy compared to Mop and Onward, I feel like, still. But they're obviously harder than, like, normal. Like, if you look like that, like pre-Wrath or pre-ICC, yeah, like Nax and TOC and that shit's easy mode, so. But I think, like, ICC and Onward is when the game starts being hard. That's because that's when
Why
they
had a
added
lot of
hard mode, you know?
problems. See, TOC, I had a lot of problems because I was in control of death gripping the orb on the new Barak. And if
That's just
I
you sucking, though. That has nothing to do with the raid.
I know, but if I messed up the orb, then we're gonna wipe. And we're going for 50 attempts, you know? We're not trying to wipe.
Sure. I don't know anything about that raid. I never did that. Like, the first progression difficulty raid I ever did was ICC, really, so. But, all right. Anyway, let's go ahead and get the key listed, I guess, and get started.
Yeah. What are the other affixes today?
Entangling and busting, so pretty much very easy affixes. This is actually like such a breath of fresh air week compared to last week on Trash. But it is tyrannical, so there'll be a lot of deaths to stuff beyond your control. So Turd Ferguson just started playing in Dragonflight. He says the first raid I ever did was Razageth, LFR Razageth. Shortly after I discovered Mythic Plus, and I've been stuck ever since. Dungeons are just better. Yeah, I agree. And that's another reason why I can't play Wrath and Kata and all this shit, because there's just no content besides raids, and the raids have, like, you know, TBC and prior, I could see myself doing again because I didn't raid. I don't have any fond memories of those times, so I wouldn't mind building those memories. But yeah, Wrath and Onward, I remember, like, it was, you know, yesterday at this point. Like, those were the most formative moments in my life as a WoW gamer. So I'm not interested in going back and overlapping those amazing memories with some of my best friends in the world to play with fucking idiots who are like parse whores and buying gold to buy gear. Like, that's a complete fucking opposite of what I want to do. So tanking in a raid is a joke, but if you mess up a tank thing, the group usually wipes. Well, I don't think he's gonna tank the raids. Chix is assuming that you're talking about tanking the raid. Are you talking about tanking the raid?
Well, I asked the leader if I could tank, and no comment. So I'm assuming I'm not allowed to tank. Like, they just didn't reply. So I'm assuming I'm not allowed to tank in Kata. I think I'm gonna have to stay on DPS. So
Yeah.
But mate, it's sweet, bro. I don't mind DPSing anyway. I got more chance of less getting kicked, you know.
Sure.
Bro, we done Blood Queen because I died with a bite, and they had to kill the fight without no bites. That's the sort of stuff that get you right in trouble.
Yeah. Well, okay, and so don't now there's more comments. Don't get it twisted. He's not actually in a guild. He's in a weekly GDKP run with the same people over and over again.
Yeah, GD, because that's the only thing that's going.
Yeah, there are no guilds in Wrath of the Lich King.
No, I don't think you can find a guild in Wrath of Lich King.
No, I tried in late TVC, and there was one group that was actually looking for players, and they were just like straight up noobs. Like, it was really weird.
But I run with the same team every week, so it's like we are basically a guild.
Well, SOD has massive guilds because GDKP has banned there, yeah, and there's no cross. Like, I think the servers are more like tight knit or something. I don't know how it actually works there, but in Wrath, it's just like fucking mega servers. Like, everything's cross realmed because they added like 15 servers combined to each other. We are basically a guild, except the people I play with ignore me. He's actually pretty close with the guy who runs it. Don't let him confuse you with the way he's saying it. They just have it's his brother who's the tank, right? Is that you forgot that part of the story? Obviously, you're not gonna get fucking the spot
No,
over the
no.
dude's brother.
Him and his brother tank, yeah.
Yeah,
And like they do that because they're the leaders, so they know everything's gonna be smooth, you know.
yeah.
Like they can rely on each other, you know. Like
Yeah, so Harry basically asked for either the leader or his brother just to get kicked from the raid. It's effectively what he said.
yeah. I should have known what was like.
I asked him about this a couple weeks ago, and he's like, "Mate, maybe there's 3 tank fights." I was like, "Oh my god."
No, at this rate, we're just gonna have to bring.
Yeah, just invite anybody. Tubb says, "Welcome to Harry. Always gonna be missing vital info."
Buzzcat.
He's a true London gangster. Yep. James says, "Good morning or good Wednesday morning, Metro. Hope all is well." I hope so too, man. I really do. I would hate if things weren't well. IDK and my BFF Jill says, "My guild died mid-Uldor, so I've been without one for a bit of time." Yeah. I'm sure like all the guilds who were there in actual classic and fought through TBC only to get to Wrath and then realize like things are only getting worse is probably a terrible feeling. I can only imagine. I need a 22 rise, only key I don't have on my mage. Oh yeah. Well, maybe today we'll get there. I do think if we can hit some good DPS, we'll have. Well, there you go. I do think if we can get some good DPS to kill bosses, he'll be able to push pretty hard. Are you talking about in retail? Oh damn. Yeah. Do all all London gangsters ask their WoW GDKP leaders to take out their brothers? Yeah, I think that's probably like the main thing they would do. Neo, what's up, buddy? Welcome. Dwoof as well. Hey, Metro, how's it going? It's going great.
We kind of need range.
James says I had a rough night last night. 4 runs, 4 disbands. So that's how it's been for us too. All right, this is a solid comp. We got a Red Pally, a Rogue, and a Warlock for the DPS. Harry's getting fucking chatty. Could I get a summon? Oh shit, maybe don't say that. Don't say that. Do not say you don't have dragon riding. Oh my god, you said it. Let's see what they say. Just ask it. Just tell them it's cooldown or something like that. Just brick 28 tot all the way down to a 23. Oh god. Yeah, that's the problem because like if you're in the 28 range and then you get to the 26 range, then you're playing with like a whole different type of player at that point, you know. And then if you get from the 26 range to the 24 range, it's another tier of player, and then it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. So it's like that's why I hate doing my own key. Everyone has it. How do you not? Yeah, what? Oh my god. You have been removed from your own group. I think I'll buy the War Within Collector's Edition since it'll also be a 20th anniversary one. Oh, yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if they're going to do a special thing for that. Oh, it's like already coming out? That's cool.
Yeah.
Yesterday I was gifted the Epic Edition for War Within. I'm very excited. Yeah, no doubt. That's a good... The like higher priced ones have been more expensive recently, but they're also getting more and more value, I feel like. See, this is why you don't say all this shit, dude, because now they're going to just, like, they're not going to take you serious, and they're just going to make a big deal out of this. You should have just asked for something, and that would have been enough.
Why do they make a big deal out of something so small?
Because it's not small. Like, anybody who's actually played even, like, 1 week has dragon riding. You're just a very unique exception. And then you linked that, which they can't see you don't have it. Like, you just linked it. So they just see theirs. And so they're now thinking that you're confused, you know?
But then don't that mean we don't want to run with these people?
I mean, this is pugging. Like, there's nobody else to run with. Like, every person in the pugging pool is going to react this way to you doing that. Since I played this game for 20 years, since last month. Oh yeah, no doubt. It's cool to have the anniversary edition, I'm sure. The glyphs, you fly through them, and they can build your tree to get even more vigor. He's still trying to explain to you. Okay, he doesn't seem to get it. You actually don't have a mount to fly through. I think I confirmed that BFD buff only drops in Darnassus, then Nomergon and Ironforge. That's interesting. Yeah, I wonder where the Sunken Temple one would be. Have you done any Season of Discovery?
Who, me?
Phase 3? Yeah, like the Phase 3 stuff.
No, only phase 1.
Yeah.
It was too. It's too similar to classic, and I just done hardcore. I just done this. I just done.
Oh,
so I
right,
just went-
right.
Yeah, it's too similar.
The Stranglethorn buff is delivered in Booty Bay? Really? That's weird. Or the Sunken Temple buff? Huh. If I was a pug, I would definitely leave if someone said they didn't have dragon riding. I mean, I don't know. It's a weird one because it's like absolutely zero to do with the skill level, right? Like if this guy has fucking 2 point something K score and he doesn't have dragon rating, it's like, well, you know what I mean? Like I don't. It's a weird one. If someone said they didn't have dragon rating, I wouldn't believe them. Well, that's what's happening right now. These guys don't understand what he's saying because they have no idea that you can actually do any content in this game without it. This is like a 1 in a million. Like almost nobody would be in. Like I think actually he's probably the only person on the planet. Maybe I would go that far.
No.
I think so. I think you're probably the only person in the planet doing a 21 right now without dragon riding. Because who else would not have it? It'd have to be somebody who just started a brand new account that doesn't have any account-wide stuff from the previous times in the expansion, and somebody who didn't buy the boost. Because the boost would give you dragon rating. You know what I mean? So it's like literally, it's like a 1 in a million thing. You'd have to, because you already had this character, right? So you didn't get the boost from the expansion to get free dragon rating. You basically just leveled
the boost. I just didn't use it.
Well, I mean the level 70 boost that would come with the game now if you bought it.
Yeah, I've got it. I just haven't used it. It's on my account.
You have a 70 boost?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, you should use it, and then you'll have dragon ring. What is the reason he refuses to get it? I mean, I'm not sure there's a reason. We just didn't get it when we started playing, and he only plays when we're doing coaching, so he never gets it done.
Yeah.
How is Harry planning on doing not good without dragon riding? I mean, I don't know that he's planning to play US for Season 4. But we'll find out. Yeah, we'll see.
I'll play a bit of US on Season 4.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, first key of the season. It's got to be not good. We got to see how people react to that. Just riding around on the ground everywhere. Apparently there's flight paths now. One more pack. Spicy knife, what's up, buddy? Welcome. Turd says, I want to be like Harry when I grow up, hoofing it everywhere. It's just not possible. The game doesn't really allow you to do it. Like, I did a leveling challenge where I did no dragon riding, and it was really cool, but, like, there's so much, even in the leveling zones, that you just can't access without flying. I guess you just hope somebody has passenger enabled. Right, yeah, that's true. You can just do it that way. So that corroding volley needs to be kicked every time, and again, as a tank, you're going to be on the bulk of the interrupting duty.
Someone died?
Yeah, because the kick that I just described happened multiple times.
Three, two, one.
You can move on though at this point. He takes a while to die. So we'll grab that, and then the Time Ward, the maiden over there, and then across the way we'll get after this. This maiden does like a frontal, but it aims at like a random player, so Sometimes it's really, really hard to see when you're fighting a lot of people. See that ball there? If that hits you, it stuns you. I've died many, many times to that ball stunning me.
1.
Break vine.
Break fan.
Yep. That's the affix entangling. As a Death Knight, you can AMS both sides of it to stop it. If you have AMS up when the initial thing that spawns on you spawns, it will not go on you and stop the affix entirely. Or if you have AMS up when the initial thing that spawns on you finishes the cast and is meant to stun you, it won't stun you. Or obviously you could then also icebound out of that.
3,
But
2, 1.
Break vine.
not getting that right pack. We're not getting that right pack. Just the middle one. And then you need the patrol, so go fight those where they were. That patrolling pack we need as well. Vamp Blood's up. Let's go grip the patrolling mob in. Good.
3, 2, 1.
And just keep an eye out for the pink cast bars on these Twilight Magus mobs. The Sentinel is going to charge to somebody and he's going to root them into a thing that needs to be interrupted, but you have to be inside of it to interrupt. So usually as the tank, I don't try to deal with this until all the other mobs are dead, because running over there is likely going to split all the mobs up.
2, 1.
Break vine.
Hey, what's up, buddy? Welcome. Alright, this boss can be very, very dangerous, especially on the pull. So when he spawns, just be spam clicking Dancing Rune Weapon to make sure you have that up for the first auto attack.
2.
Even with that up, I always almost die here. Then you just want to make sure you're always positioning the tank frontal into another mechanic or against the outside, like the wall or something like that, as long as you have Death's Advance up. We want to only make sure we're using Death's Advance to prevent our knockback here, because this is going to happen a lot and it's going to be crucial. Tolo, what's up, buddy? Welcome. There's going to be 4 mechanics per phase. So on the 4th one, when it happens, you want to be dragging him back to the middle of the room to be able to deal with the orbs better. So that's number 1. Next will be the tank mechanic. We don't need to use Death's Advance for it because we're against the wall. So just have him knock you into the wall. Good. And now we're going to have the frontal, the cone thing.
2.
So he's going to do the cone here.
Break vine.
Get to the other side of the cone and try to position the knockback into that. Actually, at this point, you need to move the boss because the knockback. Yeah, okay. Death's Advance. Alright, well, that's not what you want to do. But anyway, run to the middle. Yeah, you see how... Okay, so like the 4th one, you want to drag him to the middle on. Okay, so to make sure it's easier to get the balls. He just killed that guy. Hopefully he's not going to be too upset about it. So now drag him back to the previous puddles.
I didn't even use none of my flasks or nothing. Can you not stand in them puddles?
They do a lot of damage. Definitely don't want to stand in them.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, he's going to do the soak now, and then the next mechanic will be the tank mechanic. And as that happens, you want to just be moving him back. So start moving him now. Yeah, get him right to the center. Perfect. There you go. That's exactly what you want to do every time. I feel like an improvement on his UI and some weak ores would really improve his gameplay. Welcome to the series.
1.
We feel that way too. Get him back to the puddles now. Pretty much want like a very condensed area used for all of these mechanics so it doesn't overwhelm you late. Knockback. Need to try to resist using Disadvance for just basic movement on this fight because of how crucial that knockback is.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Grapevine.
Soak is in a really, really, really bad spot, and it's didn't hit anybody, so you're about to wipe. And I'm gonna say that's like heavily on you there because you put him in a spot where nobody can actually get to him. I guess I don't know what's gonna happen here, but I'm undecided if I'll actually play Alpha if I got in. Oh, that's a weird thing to say.
Grapevine.
Why? Why wouldn't you play it?
Solo save.
No, you can't solo this one. Do you think Blood DK is hard to play? I've been thinking about learning to play it. It's very hard to play, yeah, definitely. After like re-watching Harry learn it, I realize now how difficult it probably is to play for a new player. No other tank has this like bone shield maintenance thing that is confounding Harry so heavily. Maybe Brewmaster, something similar, but nobody else. If I get an alpha or beta, I would ditch retail so fast. Yeah, I mean, you gotta play it. Like, it's such a hype thing, right? So the soak, the circle around the boss, everybody needs to stack in that. And the second time it happened, you had the boss like on the complete opposite side of where it was safe to soak. So nobody was able to soak it. I don't know how that didn't actually wipe you, but that's gonna wipe you 9 times out of 10. So. Is Bone Shield, Bone Storm, Bone Shield? Are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You gonna pull the boss? Just go, go, go. It's a timed dungeon. You don't have time for all this. I feel like I just enjoy watching you explore the zones. I'm not a huge fan of leveling, so having to do it more than once just isn't fun to me. Oh, I feel ya. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely gonna be doing a lot of world content, one way or the other. So, all right, tank mechanics gonna be next. He just ready checked it. I only played Blood DK and Legion and BFA, and it wasn't really that hard for me to play it there. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely hard, so I don't know. You're probably just good at it. Alright. It's going to be another soak, and that's going to be the fourth. Yeah, there's a knockback. That's advance. Alright, you knocked off the platform. Cool. I see what you're saying about Blood DK. I think it's the easiest, but seeing other people struggle, right, after seeing like some of the stuff I've seen from Harry's character, it makes it obvious that it's definitely not that easy.
You can get knocked off, yeah?
Yep, that's why I said you need Disadvance. What do you think I said that for?
And so your tale ends.
Every time he does that knockback, you want to use Disadvance for it. It should be up every time. I still remember watching you explore the Kyrian zone, and I enjoyed just watching. Yeah, no doubt, man. That Shadowlands Alpha was my favorite time.
20 it is.
Yep. Any questions about that fight?
When do I know when I have to disadvance?
I can't remember the name of it honestly. But there's only 3 mechanics. One is the big circle, one is the big cone, and then the other one's the tank mechanic. So Titanic Blow is the name of it. There you go. So you're basically just trying to like pretend Titanic Blow is an interrupt, and you're interrupting it with Death's advances. If the way I would think about it.
Yeah.
People can say what they want about Shadowlands, but God, those zones were gorgeous. Yeah, Bastion and Ardenweald are the 2 best like looking zones in the entire game, if you ask me. I love the Shadowlands zones. I did not like Maldraxxus at all, and I did not enjoy playing in Revendreth, but I do look at it as like a feat of gaming engineering because of how amazing the ups and downs are in that zone. Like, there's like a million different levels, elevators, stairs, doors, hallways. Like it's actually like a cityscape, the whole fucking zone, and that's really impressive. I won an ogre race, yeah. But people have been saying that since TBC, though. I don't think it's coming. Once we got flying, Revendreth seemed fine. Well, I mean, that's yeah.
They just left, and then they.
Yeah, re-invite them.
No way.
Are you excited for season 4? Yes. Don't forget Theater of Pain. I love that dungeon. I remember that dungeon. I didn't love that dungeon, but it was more Dretha. That was one of the coolest fights they ever did. Now Draxus wasn't great. I like the vibes of Revendreth. Yeah, I don't dislike Revendreth. It was just really difficult to navigate, and it made it unfun to play at times. But it is fucking a marvel. Like, I really like Zuldazar for that reason too, because of the city being a core part of the actual architecture of the zone, and Revendreth just like they just doubled that. Like it was 10 times better, even maybe even not even doubled, more like 5 times better.
Revendreth was sick.
Yeah.
They smashed it. They
Mhm.
did smash it.
It's one of the best
Like,
designed dungeon or best designed zones ever made, just from like
I
a
like
technical
the.
side.
Do you know what? I really like the Moor.
Really?
Everyone hated the Moor, didn't they?
I mean, I don't know anybody who liked it. What did you like about it?
I like the fact that you only had a little bit of time in there.
I actually liked the gameplay of it. I think you're talking about the actual zone, like the. Did you like the way it looked?
I like the fact that it was like dark and shadowy and
Okay.
horrible, you know?
Yeah. That's the thing I liked the least about it. I actually did like the gameplay of it in season 1 of Shadowlands. It was quite fun
What
to
did you
go
think
there
of
and.
Torghast?
What's that?
What did you think of
Oh, I love
Torghast?
Torghast. Torghast is probably my favorite feature ever in WoW. That's not like Mythic Plus, but again, the same problem. The setting is awful. Like I fucking wish that the setting, like imagine if the setting was in a Dragonflight setting, like it's like Azure Vaults or something like that was Torghast. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it would have been amazing. But that stupid grim setting with the same dreary music and the same hallways, room after room, it's just awful.
Yeah. Do you know what though? I think it was like every room was similar, and I think if it was like a different setting, it might not have worked.
Probably right. Just because of the way it was procedurally generated or whatever.
Yeah.
This element.
Bro, was Shadowlands the last expansion?
Yes.
I used to do Torghast, so that's like
Torghast is
what was
still
that
quite
last
fun,
year?
honestly. Did you ever do that Jailer's Gambit thing? Gauntlet, Jailer's Gauntlet, whatever it's called.
No.
It's like a boss rush. Like you show up and there's just like really high value mobs in a big circular room, and you have to kill them. And it guarantees you are gonna get like the strongest powers right out of the gate. And that is unbelievably fun. Like that is the most fun I've had in this video game outside of, the normal gambit of content. And yeah, especially as Blood DK, because Blood DK had this power. Whenever you drop Death and Decay, it would cause the mob to take a stacking damage buff while it was in your Death and Decay. And so as a Night Fae, I had a really powerful Death and Decay anyway. So it was basically like, all right, just survive long enough for Death and Decay to basically just one shot. It was so fucking fun. That was like the most fun spell interaction and class thing I've ever seen. Do you think in season 4 you will do 20s? Not unless there's something seriously wrong with the scaling. That would be a 30, right?
Yeah, but you like doing 30, no?
I've never done 30.
You've never done a 30.
No. That's like one of the top keys in the world.
So that what is hard.
That's not something I would consider puggable, even though I know there's some people who have done it, but yeah. Not what I would consider puggable. What did the Knife Fade Death and Decay do again? Every time you were... Well, first of all, there was a glyph thingy for it that made it really, really, really high damage. Like, it would be your top DPS in AoE. But besides that, it was... While you're in it and you pressed Hard Strike, you would gain a stacking damage taken buff. Or damage taken debuff, whatever you'd say, like the damage reduction. And it would also make the enemies take more damage too, I think. I can't actually remember what both sides of it was, but yeah. It was really nice for tanking, especially towards the end when they made that conduit so fucking powerful. And it was gorgeous, Top key in the world, so it's hard. What? Yeah, I don't know.
I like the dungeons.
Shadowlands dungeons? Yeah, they were good.
Shadowlands dungeons, I feel like were better than Dragonflight dungeons.
I like the Dragonflight dungeons, but we never got to see them all together, so it's like hard to say. But yeah, the Shadowlands dungeons, probably if I look at it like single on its own, like outside of Theater of Pain, I didn't really feel like there was any bad dungeons. And that dungeon was still fine, it just wasn't amazing. But yeah, like Halls of
Spires of
Atonement.
Ascension.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like Spires, but I really did like it. Spires, Necrotic Wake, Halls of Atonement, The Other Side. These are like 4 of my favorite dungeons they ever did, so. And
See,
Tazovash
so yeah,
too.
you would have liked, yeah.
Mist was good, but I didn't really like how the maze thing worked. That's the only thing I didn't like about Mists. I wasn't the
Oh, the
biggest fan
maze was horrible, yeah.
Yeah, it was a pain in the ass. I wasn't the biggest fan of Shadowlands dungeons, but The Other Side I really liked. That's Tub who said that.
Yeah, Tub likes trolls though.
Was that an insult?
No, but he likes the troll shit.
Oh,
gonna
because
be
it's
his
in The Other
favourite.
Side.
Yeah.
I don't think there's trolls in there. Anyway, I have actually
Bro.
having a hard time on The Other Side, mostly because of the broker boss for some reason. Oh yeah.
Bon Samdi, ain't he a troll?
I mean, kind of.
Bon Samdi was so cool, man.
Yeah.
The infinite dragonflight has already infiltrated the
Wait, that weren't
timeways.
Shadowlands.
We must follow.
Bon Samdi was Battle for Azeroth.
Yeah, but then he comes again in the Night Fate questline, and he's in The Other Side, like you said.
Yeah.
Shadowlands aesthetics and abilities were 10 of 10, but negative 5 out of 10 on systems and execution. Oh yeah, I see. I really like the systems in Shadowlands. Everybody just has this weird playstyle thing nowadays where they are like unable to just make conscious decisions about what they're going to play ahead of time. People like constantly bitched about switching covenants and legendaries and all this shit. It's like, I don't know. I mean, I play the game totally different from that, so I never had an issue. I played the same covenant and the same build the whole time because I loved it and that was what I knew I wanted to play. Wasn't there a dungeon where you fought a huge undead looking troll? I mean, that's The Other Side, I guess. Yeah, but he's not really a troll. He's like he's like a god.
So yeah, we got Myths Legions when we got our stuff added. Dungeon stuff. I really like the Battle for Azeroth dungeons though, man.
What was your favorite one from BFA?
BFA. Oh, bro, it's hard because, mate, Atal Dazar is really cool. The Motherlode I really liked. Underrot I kind of liked. Waycrest Man is my favorite dungeon ever. Siege of Bellaris was like quite fun. You run through the city. That's like really well designed dungeon.
Yeah.
Tal Dagar. I've done this with you a few times. It was alright, I suppose. Shrine of the Storm was quite cool. This one was really cool as well. Like, bro, this Battle for Azeroth dungeons are cool, bro. But Shadowlands dungeons just take the biscuit, bruv. We're gonna see next season anyway. When is next season? Next week.
2 weeks.
We're gonna see anyway.
What?
We're gonna see the dungeons.
Okay,
Five, four,
good.
3, 2, 1.
Tell the
I
Gore
can't
might have been
wait.
good if you didn't pull everything through the floor. That dungeon was awful. That's the worst dungeon they've ever made. Yeah, and then on like it fixes like sanguine and quaking and stuff. Those were so bad. All right, so in terms of the dungeon, it's just going to be the same. Just try to get a little bit more active on the interrupting of the Magus, the mobs, and then just prepare not to get knocked off on the boss. The problem with Tolagor at the end was with Twilight Devastation, you would constantly pull through the walls and floors and stuff. It was really, really bad. People became too obsessed with completing systems, then they go do a 15. Yeah. Oh, 15. Yeah, but either way, it's like, I agree. Like, the whole, it was mandatory thing. It's like, it's a video game, man. Like, if you don't enjoy doing something, then just don't do it. That's the end of it.
3, 2,
But I get Torghast kind of got a little blurred on that because of the legendaries. So in the beginning it was kind of a mess, but kind of towards the middle I felt like everything was like in harmony there. It's the same problem they had with Titan Forging. Like, they designed a system with a certain goal in mind, but for some reason the community just made up their own goal that wasn't what Blizzard wanted, and then just pretended like Blizzard was failing by not giving them the same goal that they expected. That's like exactly what happened with Titan Forging. And, you know, the Covenant system, it's probably even more so that way. Like, the Covenant system was basically supposed to be another class level decision. Like, if you play a Death Knight, then you play a Blood Death Knight, that's a class level decision. Then it was a Night Fade Blood Death Knight. Like, you were specializing into something further. But people didn't want to do that. They thought it was another talent tree, basically. And they're like, why can't I change my talent tree? The game's always had talent trees being switchable. Like, I literally read that comment dozens of times in Shadowlands. It's like, that's not what it is. Like, why do you think this is? This is not what it is. It's not what they're supposed to be. But that was the whole, like, the whole problem with the expansion was, like, everybody thought it was something that it wasn't, and Blizzard couldn't fix that. So they just had to tap out.
Sometimes it is best just to tap out.
It's just a difficult problem. I can't even imagine, like, trying to be a designer of this game, because, like, you basically got a community that's so confused that they don't even understand what you're doing with your own game, and then complaining about it not being the way they want it. It's like, well, what do you do here? You listen to the guys who have no idea what they're talking about?
You don't, man. You don't bend the knee.
Well, the balance wasn't great either. I do agree with Faxi on that point, especially in the first season. It was really, 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 really bad in the first season. I think one of the big issues with Shadowlands development was that it took way too long to get all the Covenant systems into the game, so people weren't able to test them properly in the beta phases.
Oh, I see.
So that's a big part of why they launched so imbalanced. Once somebody had his share of romance back in the day. More than his share. Yeah.
Oh! Has that ever happened before?
Yes. Yes, that's happened. But yeah, like Divine Toll, like, there's so many great spells from Shadowlands that are still in the game now, right? Like, I mean, they did a great job with designing the spells.
Yeah, I did like Shadowlands, but I didn't play half as much as I played Legion. You know, Legion was my
Yeah. Legion was a reckoning, like a big change for the game, and a lot of people came back to playing it seriously because of that, so.
3, 2.
Didn't they also delay the Shadowlands release date? I don't think they ever delayed it, did they? Maybe, I don't remember. I just know it came out later than expected to, but everybody just blamed COVID for that, so who knows?
Yeah, it was COVID, wasn't it? It was during COVID.
It was during it, but nobody knows for sure what happened there, I guess.
If a company can use a national disaster to make their game come out later, then they will, you know?
You need to be, the boss needs to be in the middle right now. Gotta pay attention to the mechanics. Every 4 mechanics, you need to move to the middle. It got delayed 6 weeks. Oh, like, actually, like, it was supposed to come out, and then they said it's not coming out, and we're changing it? Is that what happened? I don't even remember that, but I remember the backlash of it, and I couldn't remember where the backlash came from. I personally like the game better without player power elements. Nah, I'm sure a lot of people are in that boat. It's just unfortunate how the community reacts to certain things.
Grapevine.
The talents are far better than any class systems they've ever had in the game, so I'm happy, but Shadowlands Covenants were a huge bright spot for me.
It knocked me back.
Nope, go on. And, like, I think if there was a Dragonplate, a Covenant equivalent, it would have been so fucking good. Like, imagine if you had, like, Black Dragon themed spells for Blood DK. Like, how badass would that be, right? That's a missed opportunity, and I don't know if they were planning on doing it, but it would be really unfortunate to find out that they just didn't do it because of Shadowlands. Legendary system in Shadowlands was pretty neat in concept, just needed a better balance. Well, that was why it was so good, because you can just choose the legendary, unlike Legion and other systems where legendaries are far more volatile. Like, yeah, The Shadowlands legendaries were finite, and you knew exactly how to get them. The only problem with it was that it was, you know, too sporadic in its the way you got it, and especially the ones from the world bosses. That's pretty unfair, honestly, because the world bosses weren't even up all the time.
My blows are infinite.
Yeah, that's the only thing. In Legion, I wasn't allowed to raid with the guild because I picked the wrong class. And I put all my artifact power into Fury when Arms was the better one.
I remember that. Arms was like 5 times better than Fury in Emerald Nightmare. I'm also an anomaly. I think BFA was the best expansion released. Yeah, BFA's, like, if you like the systems of the games, like modern day, then BFA was definitely the strength of it. Like, that was the strongest it got. Alright, so this trash you do not want to fight on this ledge because the healer cannot hit you if they're down at the bottom. So you always want to just grab this and just drag it down to the foot of the stairs here. Legion was by far the worst expansion as it introduced that borrow power garbage. Yeah, I just obviously disagree with that, but I think like too many people just got stuck, especially in Legion, like going way out of their way to farm for no real reason. Like Legions was probably like, other than the legendaries, like I have a huge issue with the way legendaries worked in Legion, obviously, but the artifact, like that was totally passive. You should just not look at that as anything but passive.
Just do your dailies, innit?
Yep, just play the game and get artifact power along the way. That's why Legion was so good, because every single piece of content gave you some kind of power, whereas nowadays we have Mythic Plus where you can't, like, you can go like months and months without any type of power at all. But yeah, the idea of borrowed power is another one that's constantly misunderstood. Like, there's always been borrowed power in the game. It's just to the level that Legion's, wow, that's unfortunate. But yeah, the level of Legion's borrow power was unmatched, obviously. Like, that was pretty aggressive from Blizzard, but there's always been stuff that you replace every few months. Anyway, in my opinion, Legion was the best legendary by a mile. Really? Oh, best expansion. Oh, okay, I was gonna say the Legions and legendary are like, the legendaries and Legion are the only thing that make me not like the expansion. Blood DK should always be able to move this fast, and it would be very different if you could. But if you could move this fast, then you would just kite everything. You'd never take any damage. Wow, that was top tier. That was impressive.
I know. Oh, mate, don't even ask me how. Take a bow.
Yeah.
I got screwed in the beginning one.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Oh, not this place. Oh, mate.
I try to turn him away because he's gonna do the breath. So those swirls are like, they're a really, really, really dangerous stun. You do not want to be getting hit by those while fighting this trash. I got hit by a ball once while walking through the door. That's unfortunate.
As a tank, is there any like mechanic you can get hit by and not?
What do you mean?
Like, you see that the swirl that I'm supposed to be dodging, bro? I'm a tank. Surely I can just soak that.
Why would you soak it? It's dodgeable and it stuns you.
Yeah.
There's no reason to get hit by it. Like, it just makes you play worse, so there's no reason to get hit by it.
3, 2, 1.
Grapevine.
I hope hero talents will go well. I feel like players liking them may lead to class skins. What do you mean? Like, I don't know what you mean by that, but yeah, I hope they go well too, obviously.
Wait, what do we want going well?
The hero talents. Okay, this is the comment that I'm gonna need your input on. The guy's name is Man Like Purple. He says, "Imagine having to teach Harry. Lol, I feel bad for you." What is this?
I don't know, Man Like Purple, but
Oh, okay.
Unless it's Max.
Probably based on that. He says it's Max, yeah.
Yeah, I know Max.
Hopefully they take the opportunity with hero talents to give some utility, survivability, or mobility to the specs that are severely lacking.
2,
I think they are. Yeah, I mean, I think
Break
I would
one.
say that. Like Blood DK got some cool new stuff. I wouldn't really say that's their purpose though, to be honest. But yeah, like the classes that are severely lacking it are because that's how they're designed, right? So they're not gonna like suddenly turn Blood DK into Brewmaster and like rolling all around and stuff. If players enjoy the hero talents, Blizzard may feel inclined to make class skins to match the hero talents, like vampire features from Blood DK.
2,
Maybe. Well, but do you think
Break
like
one.
those two things will exist simultaneously, or do you think they would then drop hero talents and just make actual full-on customization?
Well, we want customization, don't we?
We do, yeah. I was just wondering, like, I think like those things could just come from the hero talents.
There's no way I can get us back to the past like this.
Like an expansion of the hero talent system. Okay.
3,
They're missing a trick, really, not adding class like skins to the shop.
Slab
Man.
hands?
Like, I know people like, oh man, like skins are a bad thing. I don't buy them then, bro. Like,
Oh yeah, like
I
paid
like
skins.
skins, bro. Yeah,
I don't have much of an opinion on this in WoW because there's no actual precedent that they're gonna do it. But I'll just tell you right now, if it became like, if they just did that, like I said, like if they made a fell orc, like a red orc, and that was like $15 or something like that, I'll buy that the second it hits the shop. Like more customization that's like super advanced. If they made you pay for that, I know a lot of people would probably hate it, but I don't really like. Yeah, I'll buy that the second it comes out.
Yeah, bro, you're giving money to the game so that the game can live. Because a lot of these games, bro, they're not living, mate.
Right.
They're not doing that. They're not adding skins, and the game's no longer bad because of it.
All right, we need more trash here. You see those green mobs there? You need to get over there and get them. But you're gonna die here if you do this. AMS. Okay, yeah, be careful. You need all of these. Okay, that's probably good. Let's see what we get. You want to be at 71.6. So since we don't actually have angry keystones, we can't see, but it should be good, I think. No. We actually need 2 more. So you missed one on the left, so you're really in trouble here. Go ahead and get that one.
3, 2,
Vamp blood.
1.
Break vine.
Use it now before he hits you. Okay. Is there a way to change your display name? I think so. I'm not sure exactly how to do it, but there's definitely a way to do it.
Is that
I
it?
guess considering everybody's left you, you have no choice but to continue on and hope that's okay.
3, 2, 1.
Break vine.
I'm a Resto Shami and I want Shadow Hunter. Like,
What's rip? What's rip? Oh.
you mean like a Vol'jin type guy, huh? That'd be cool. The problem with paid customization is that the best work that artists devs make is always added as paid content rather than in-game earned content. And that's the good thing about WoW, like you can actually earn
2,
the ability to buy them with WoW tokens, so it could effectively be considered in-game content too. Especially considering like if the prices weren't too high, like it may literally only be 1 WoW token worth of money, you know?
This could be any.
That's the cool thing about WoW, like unlike League and shit, like you cannot, yeah, they don't do a very good job of that. Some games are just very, they force you to pay money no matter what.
Yeah. WoW needs a battle pass.
What would it be? What would the purpose of it be?
I don't know, just sort of like the plunder pass. Nah, like just gaining levels and gaining cosmetics and mount and things like that. But WoW's in a good spot anyway, bro. They're getting the subscription and that. They don't need the money from the skins.
Yeah. I'm curious how they'll add hero talents for the next expansions after. Yeah, like what will they do on top of them? Yeah, it's a good question.
Well, that's probably just that expansion thing.
No, they've already said it will definitely continue. Like they're not going to take away stuff anymore. Trading post is essentially a battle pass. Yeah, we talked about this when the trading post came up. I just don't understand what the word battle pass means or refers to, so I can't really comment on this topic. I always thought battle pass meant you like paid for something monthly and you got a bunch of shit by paying for it, but I guess that's not the only thing it means. Monthly rewards by playing the game. Isn't that just WoW though? Like I don't. What makes it a battle pass? I guess. Battle pass is an incentive to keep you playing over a long period of time.
2, 1.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with paying, I guess. Because like the thing that
there's free battle passes and there's paid battle pass.
Oh, okay. The thing that you're referring to most recently is the League one, and that's you have to pay for that, right?
Yeah, the League one you have to pay for.
And in what way does that keep you playing over a long period of time? Like, how does it work?
Because you get your daily challenges every day, and you have to earn the points to progress the battle pass. And at the end of the battle pass, you get the gems to buy a mythic skin.
Ah, okay. So you still have to play and pay a lot. That's crazy.
Yeah, play and pay. Yeah.
Oh, I see. And like the rewards have to go away each month to make it a battle pass. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So they won't come back. So you're
okay. I see now.
you're more inclined to do it because obviously
2, 1.
it's going away. It's not coming back.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like on Apex, I've got a few weapon skins that you can never get again because you know I was there playing at the time.
The League one is free. You just get 80% more by paying for the premium. Oh, okay. At least with the trading post, most do come back over time. Other games, it's a one and done. I see.
3, 2.
You can buy the battle pass and still not get all the rewards if you don't play the hell out of the game. Yeah, okay, that's... So yeah, Blizzard did a much better version of it then based on that.
Yeah, basically, yeah, like I do, bro. I do the Overwatch battle pass just because I don't want to miss out on the mythic skin each thing.
Yeah, there you go. So that's like the FOMO thing, yeah, okay.
Yeah, the FOMO.
3.
You are paying them to give you limited time things, so you must grind that shit out. Yeah, okay, that's crazy. Alright, don't forget, on this fight, we want to be gripping the 2 range mobs into where the boss normally is. If you had people who had any idea what they were doing, the boss would be in the same spot the whole time, but... That mechanic didn't go well, yeah. These guys are not very aware of how the fight works. Is that stack thing on him, the amount of ads he's damaged, is that what that is? 21 stacks? Holy
2,
shit.
1.
Didn't know it could go over 10. It's at 29 now. 31, 32. Yeah, that's what that is for sure. I never realized that was even on there.
One anomaly to go. Let's
Do you use mouse over for grip? No, I like that like actual clicking and targeting thing. Like that's an extra layer of confirmation that my brain needs. I tried to use mouse over macros when I was a healer and I'd constantly end up accidentally casting on the wrong player. So I just need that, even though it's like a split second, but I just need that extra layer of confirmation that I've, correctly targeted the right person.
Did I kill you? Didn't kill me, mate.
Yeah, we
I
had
might
32
kill you
stacks.
here, though.
Because it just keeps stacking up. Like he never gets rid of all the stacks once you get too many stacks. I
Where'd you
think
go,
it's
straight across?
yep, straight across. I think his shockwave should damage the bad ads. That'd be cool. No one's been dead. It's actually impressive. Yeah, only 2 deaths. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, we read that. Surprised no one died with that many stacks. Yeah, I mean, keys are just easy, I guess.
Tank diff, bro. Tank diff.
Nobody says that in WoW, so people aren't gonna know what that means.
Time to teach him.
Get the
Metro.
rest of those trash mobs. I don't know how this keeps not aggroing, but you need all this. There's definitely a tank difference. Yeah, in one direction or the other for sure. Sitting here watching him with 0 bone shield for the full pack.
Here's the goody-goody trying to save
3, 2, 1.
Grapevine.
Too bad. You, I'll deal with person
Season 4, I think a 10 is a bit harder than a 20.
for heroes.
You think so? When we did the 10s on the PTR, they were like fucking stomps. Like it was a joke, and we were only scaled to, I think it was like only going to be about like 10 item level higher than what we would be right now.
3, 2, 1.
Grapevine.
More Morkies are better than one.
So I would imagine with like full gear, yeah, like doing like a 15, the old 25 will be like, that would be very normal again. AMS, 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 AMS. If you ever get stuck there, it's pure magic damage from that, so you can easily survive it.
Time
10s, R20s, watching the world first group get farmed on 15s is great and scary. You're talking about on the PTR. Well, they're getting scaled too, don't forget, so. Turn out the health bars for it. Yeah, if you're having trouble seeing it, you can turn off the health bars. I don't have any trouble seeing the head of the character, but my player profile bar is higher than I think most people's for that same reason. Like the anchor point on the bar is higher than most people's, so maybe that's a problem people have. But
Grapevine.
so like you can clearly see the head without the bar interfering.
I
on
can
it.
stand it and anti-magic show it though, so
Well, sure, yeah.
there's
There's
no
really
point.
not anywhere else to use AMS on the fight, so I guess might as well. You know that whenever you take magic damage with AMS up, it gives you runic power, right?
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Yeah.
So, bro, that's outplay. That's not misplay.
3,
No, am I right or am I wrong?
I mean, you
don't
should
know,
do it,
bro.
I guess. Yeah, you're right. No reason not to do it because you don't need AMS for anything else in this fight. Oh, you're good. Stand still. Found out the Chromie Frontal was physical damage not too long ago. Yeah, that's why you got to get the damage type weak ore because, you know, that's not optional information. You need to know what things are AMSable and what things are not.
Just make sure you spend your
3,
runic power.
2, 1.
That helps too, yeah.
Grapevine.
It's another easy way to survive.
There can only be one Morkie.
My damage type weak ore is just watching you stream. Yeah, luckily I have so much time spent into learning all of this stuff because a lot of information there. I feel like it just looks like it would be
Easy.
magic. Yeah, it looks like it'd be nature damage. I agree. I don't think that healer had AMS. Yeah, just in the middle and died too.
Yeah, no, that wasn't a misplay because look, he's released on the other side.
Oh, great. That's a great point, Harry. It's crazy that it doesn't tell you what type of damage it is in the adventure guide. Does it not? I never actually looked at that.
This should just be removed, mate.
I think it confuses more people than it helps, honestly.
Yeah. Should we see if we can get anyone with a ball?
No, stop doing that.
I wonder if we could have been friends in another
It
Where did I
does tell
go?
you. Yeah, I thought so. Right.
Did have great hair. Ooh,
Did Harry have a good vault? He did. He had 3 really good pieces in there. He took the helmet, which is the biggest
helmet,
upgrade.
Yeah.
474 now, so that's pretty solid.
The game's just got easy now.
Well, it's also, it went from like one of the hardest trash weeks to one of the easiest trash weeks, so. You're misplaying the Death Knight. It doesn't matter nearly as much on bosses, so this should be like an infinitely better dungeon for this. I thought it was only some stuff, but yeah, never mind. It looks like it does. Yeah. He should do LFR for the Helm chant. Oh, I don't think he's going to do that with 2 weeks left of the season, but I guess it's not going away. I mean, I don't even have it, so. Alright, so this is the one that you want to make sure you're interrupting a Marauder on CD here. You want to make sure those casts never get off. There's also going to be a frontal here. Need to get threat. And then interrupt, good. Taunt those mobs. Good. Yeah, mean, I don't even have it. It seems like it's, I mean, obviously it's better than nothing, but it doesn't seem like it's very useful. I thought it was going to be more powerful.
3, 2, 1.
The helmet chant is crazy strong, is it? We were looking at it in the beginning of the season. It didn't really seem like it was doing much. %20 healing and 6% damage on my pally. Yeah, I only looked at it as other blood decays, but... Alright, so we got 9 minutes left here. Obviously, we should have an upgrade, but this boss can still be dangerous. Do you remember the flow of the mechanics here? You always want to make sure you're moving the boss to the ads unless the breath is about to come out. Then you got to stand still with the breath.
Yeah. I think I know this guy.
Hey, Metro, did you get any golf in? I golfed Monday, and the last 3 holes were like the worst golf I played so far this season. So now I'm itching to get back out. I'm going to actually go after the stream here. As soon as me and Harry, yeah, as soon as me and Harry are done, I'm going to go golf. It would be 2 week soft LFR or LFR and normal. Hey, yeah, nah, I won't be doing it though either way. It definitely was trashed before the buff. Oh, really? When was the buff? So, nah, you really, I don't know if the ads spawn based on where the boss is tanked. I think that's how it works.
3, 2, 1.
Grapevine.
Okay, so breath first. AMS this. Alright, drag him over to the ad. Good. A small optimization here is just making sure your target is the keeper though, because the faster that dies, the less dangerous the fight becomes. Another breath, and then we're gonna move to the next ad now. To be honest, Metro, you'd have it if you just killed the first boss once before. Yeah, I know. But I don't want to kill the first boss. I want to save that whole raid for some time when I can go in there and explore it all for the first time. Alright, next, don't go yet. Wait for the breath. Here it comes. You can AMS this one. AMS now. Alright, run. All the way across. And try to get on one ad at ASAP. And if any ads spawn out of these portals, we need to make sure we grab them. Like, establish threat on them, I mean. Okay, good. And then same thing in this phase, we want to just make sure we're pointing the breath to a wall and just moving. See, like here, this is a fucking gigantic, wow, holy fuck, dude. You really could not have done that any worse. You want to try to keep all of those puddles together because the room's going to run out of space otherwise. So literally you had 3 people on 3 opposite sides of the rooms. That was so fucking bad. Hopefully that won't come into play. Everybody should be very close together on this fight so this mechanic doesn't get out of control.
Three, 2, 1.
Grapevine.
You're a golfer? Fun times. Yeah, I started golfing during COVID, and I hadn't realized like how bad I needed like a physical element of some type of progression activity. Like WoW has always scratched that itch in my brain where I need to be doing something that I could constantly improve at. But I didn't realize, like, you know, only having the mental aspect, I was missing like half the engagement.
3, 2.
This boss is such a bait. You think he's low in phase 2, but he actually has 100 million HP. Well, he's low because then the ads come out at 5%, so it makes it easy. Alright, so we need to make a huge move here. Get away from these. Like, yeah, it's gone exactly as I expected to. Totally boxed in now. Use some reses if they're in range. We used to play after work once a month or so on Fridays. I was never any good. Oh yeah.
Grapevine.
I'm not very good at golf either, and I'm really frustrated because like there was a golf course I was going to all the time that was not very busy, and I can go up whenever I wanted pretty much and golf anytime. And they just like randomly closed. And then I try to like get in contact with the owner or whatever, and like he just won't return my calls and shit. So I'm pretty frustrated with that. But yeah, now I'm gonna get a lot worse at golf, unfortunately, because I'm gonna have to drive way further, which is gonna be harder to make time for.
Grapevine.
But congrats, season 3 hero,
Oh,
2,500. Just got 87 points from that. So
oh.
this is all just part of golf progression. I actually totally agree with you in general, because the biggest problem that I have with golf is nerves and anxiety. And now I'm going to be forced to overcome them. But frankly, knowing me, I'll probably just golf less because of it. So hopefully I'll be able to continue doing what I want to do with it.
Waycrest Manor.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's a good one. That's another one you need.
You do know though, Waycrest could be one of the hardest ones.
Nah, it's actually one of the easiest ones. You're just not very good at the tree boss.
The tree boss, yeah.
But once you get better at it, you'll realize it's the easiest dungeon out there right now. Especially from the tank perspective. Like that dungeon, other than the one area of trash and the one boss, like you're just AFK mostly for half of it. But didn't Harry say it's his favorite one?
Aesthetically it is. But that tree boss can, yeah, things can happen out of your control.
Yeah, to be honest, some of the fire placements have been really unfortunate.
Do you know what I'm saying? But what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave the group. We're gonna reform. We're gonna go away and make a tea quick. So give me 2 seconds. Wait, is it should be a 21, nah?
Yeah, it's a 21.
Should we just like surprise?
20 LB. No, definitely don't do that, dude. That's the easy way to get a key to this band. Yeah, hopefully it's supposed to stay nice. Like it's not raining as of right now, but there is supposed to be rain coming in today. It was like 75 yesterday. I just hope it doesn't rain a lot, because then that's gonna plummet the temperature. But yeah, as of right now, it's a 60% chance of rain today, and it's supposed to be right around the time I would leave, which is fine, because probably by the time I get there, it won't be raining, if that's the time that's accurate. And then it says Tuesday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, also rain. But Monday, 72 again. So hopefully we're finally in spring. It's fine, random pugs love surprises. They handle pressure well. Was you in the totality path? I have no idea, because it just got super cloudy at about like noon or 1 o'clock here. So I tried to look at it, and you can barely even see the sun like at any point. So 2 years ago, I started forcing myself to golf by myself and play with random people. Everyone that I have played with has been super nice, and it's really helped with social anxiety. Yeah, that's going to be very, very, very hard for me. That I think like the easiest way for me to do that, like in my head, the easiest way for me to do that would be to be good at golf. Like if I was actually like, like it doesn't, I try to assess like why I have such a problem with it out in the real world and not in WoW or other video games. Obviously the anonymity part of it is easy, because you can just drop whenever you want. But I don't think it's that for me. I think it's mostly the fact that I'm very like comfortable with my skill level in the video game, whereas I'm not very comfortable with my skill level on the golf course. And it's definitely like really like it can get me really emotionally charged. Like if I'm golfing very poorly, I'll be unable to divorce that from the social element, and then that will really, really add to the anxiety. So like I've said, like if I can get good enough at golf that I never hit an embarrassing shot, and like, I guess more so if I can play with golfers who are around my own skill level or worse, then I would probably feel totally comfortable playing with 3 random strangers. But like probably my like biggest trigger for social anxiety that like to this day always still fucks with me is when there's a group of 3 or more people who all know each other, and I'm forced into like a physical, like I'm close to them in some way physically, and they just totally either ignore me or don't, like I'm not included at all, that is like fucking, I'm gonna have a breakdown. You know what I mean? So that would pretty much be like the perfect storm. It got like that. That's exactly what would happen with golf. You know what I mean? If I got paired with a trio of people who are all very close and obnoxious and loud, and then it's just me and they're just ignoring me, but I'm forced to ride with one of those guys. You know what I mean? It's like, oh God, that would be, if that happened, I'd probably have to leave. And I don't have the money to be going to golf and then leaving. So it's going to be difficult, but we'll see. I was, and it was so clear here. It was amazing. Yeah, it didn't even get dark here. Like, I didn't even see it get dark here somehow. I don't know. Either I just wasn't outside at the right time or I missed it. But I golfed that day and then drove home, and it just never, I never saw it. So technically, it's not a 60% chance for rain. It's a 60% of the area will get rain, is how that is deciphered. Really? I don't know. I don't know about that part. You just described my rating experience. Oh yeah, like I said, in games it doesn't bother me at all. Like I don't feel that ever in games. Oh, is it you? Hey, Skytoad, what's up? UFC 300 this weekend. Oh shit, I didn't realize that was this weekend. That's cool. I watch videos or people blinding themselves and Google results spiking about why my eyes hurt. Monday was a tremendous day for me and laughing. Natural selection at its finest. Can you guys explain this to me? I don't really understand the concept of staring up at the sun thing. Like, it's not any worse than doing it without the eclipse, right? Is it? Or am I wrong about that? Is the sun somehow brighter during the eclipse? Or is it just like there's not normally anybody staring up at the sun and now all of a sudden people are? Is that why it was a problem? Because I did, like, I looked up at it without glasses, and I was like, all right, just don't look at it for more than, like, a second or two, and that's fine. Rule number 1 at all times, don't look at the fucking sun.
I'm back, sorry, I needed to make a tea for this next one. Cause
I heard you, no worries.
Alright, we bring a Pally, Rogue, and a Warlock, bro. Ah, bro, we need a Bloodlust.
Yep. Main event doesn't interest me too much, but damn, did they stack this card up? It's like literally even on the prelims, like the early prelims. I don't know if that's going to be covered somewhere or how you're going to watch that, but there's fights on that card that I want to watch.
Who's the main card?
Oh, it's like everybody. It's like literally like every fight is a star.
Yeah, but who do I like? I like Sean O'Malley.
Yeah, I'm going to read the whole card, Yellen.
Yeah.
People think since it's less bright, it's fine, but it's not. So, but my question was like, if I went out and stared at the sun right now, it would be the same problems as if I went out and stared at the sun during the eclipse, right? It wasn't brighter during the eclipse or anything like that. I don't know. I don't really get it. I don't understand why so many people did it. I guess they're just not aware that the sun's bright, I guess. It made me think that it was like really contagious. You know what I mean? Something like it was very, very, even if you looked up at the sky for a split second, you'd be in danger.
No, there's no danger looking at the sun.
What?
That's if you've got bad eyes, bro. Like there's sun worshippers that stare at the sun all day.
If you stare at the normal sun directly at it, you're not going to have fun. It's like if you turn the lights off and wait for them to turn on while you're looking right at a bulb. Right. These BTM keys are so silly. I ran 3 keys and this dude is still looking for a tank. Dude, you see that yesterday? We had the same thing happen yesterday. Pretty annoying. Anyway, UFC, let's see. 300. Okay, so this is the early prelims. The first fight of the early prelims. Davidson Figueiredo versus Cody Garbrandt.
Cody Garbrandt.
Yeah, fucking 2 ex-champions fighting as the first fight of the early prelims.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, he's gone down the ladder, any poor Cody, man.
No,
I
no,
like
no, that's
Cody
the
for-
card. Then there's Bobby Green versus Jim Miller, Jessica Andrade versus Marina Rodriguez, Jalen Turner versus Renato Moricano. Then we're into the actual prelims. We have Sadiq Yusuf versus Diego Lopez, Holly Holmes versus Kayla Harrison. That's like one of the biggest fights of the night. That's the 8th fight. Calvin Cater versus Aljamain Sterling. Again, 2 champions. Jiri Prohaska versus Alexander Ratchik. That's still all on the prelims. Then the
What?
Then the actual pay-per-view first fight is Bo Nickel versus Cody Brundage. Then Charles Oliveira versus Armin I have no idea how you say that name. Then Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway. That's the BMF title fight they're doing. And then the 2 title
5,
fights are Zhang Weili
4,
versus Yan
3,
Zhou Zhan, the
2,
2 women.
1.
And then Alex Pereira versus Jamahal Hill. So it's gonna be a stacked card. Like literally, I'm more excited about the prelims than anything. I love Yuri Prohaska. He's awesome.
Bro, it's sounding like a bit of a mental card, if you're
Yeah,
asking me.
it's UFC 300. They always do like a major card for the hundreds, you know. The bone shield thing is making sense. Maybe he straight up can't see it. Yeah, is that the reason?
What?
He's commenting on the fact that you said it's okay to stare at the sun.
No, my eyes are fucked, bro.
Yeah.
My eyes are fucked, bro. I can't see fuck all, but...
Do you never have glasses?
Yeah, I got prescribed them, but they just didn't look cool, so I didn't wear them.
That sounds about right.
No, bro, maybe I can't see.
2, 1.
Yeah,
Maybe all this time.
maybe this is the
you've been
problem the whole
making
time.
fun of a blind man.
He's actually what he said about the sun worshiper. He's right. There are people who stare at the sun, and the way that it works is because they basically condition their eyes to be able to not become blind from it. But like your average person who sits indoors for like 20 hours out of a day, like yeah, they're gonna fuck their eyes up if they look at the sun. Like
Because I've seen some worshippers, like I've seen. Them in
it's
the flesh,
legit.
bro.
It's a thing. Like especially on a mountain, like there's people who do this sun exposure in like open air areas, but yeah, we're not conditioned for that. Let's put it that way. What did Harry eat for breakfast?
I had porridge.
Porridge. There you go. What else is there to tell Chad about Harry? Do they know he's a flat earther? Don't bring it up. Why'd you bring it up, Tom? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm basically flat Earth, man.
Harry's like Eddie Bravo, just not a world-class athlete.
Do you know what it is? Like only someone with brains asks these questions.
Someone who's inquisitive by nature. I would agree with that, yeah.
Do you know, like when someone comes and says, "Yo, the Earth's flat," is the evidence. You can't argue with that.
Wait, what? That's not the direction I thought you were going to take in this conversation. The direction that you should take in this conversation is the Earth's round, but I don't have evidence. That's what
Yes,
most people think
yeah.
of when they say flat Earth is real.
Yeah.
Obviously, nobody has any evidence that the Earth's flat, but nobody has any empirical evidence that they can show you firsthand that the Earth's round. It's always just anecdotal stuff that's backed up by things like microscopes and satellites and shit, but
All
your average-
government things.
your average person isn't going to have access to that stuff. So that's how this all started. Yeah, it's an eclipse evidence that the Earth's round. Actually, maybe you're right.
Not really.
Because the moon and the sun were round in the eclipse.
2.
Bro, I get told some crazy stuff, bruv, and like, the thing is though, yeah, like, we're led to believe whatever we hear, you know? So
Yeah.
why can't you believe the opposite?
I agree.
Like, the maddest one that I learned recently was dinosaurs are not real. There weren't such thing as dinosaurs.
Yeah, I remember you saying this a couple years ago.
Bro, like,
3, 2.
now that's a mind blown.
Grapevine.
It's the same principle. Like, you can't prove that they were real by yourself, so you can just inquisitively disagree with them, but reality is they're probably real.
It's 50-50, but that's a good chance, bro.
Is it really 50-50?
What is this man? Why is this man attacking me, bro?
Oh, what's up? He's mad about your stances on the earth. My father literally was in charge of NASA for 30 years. Am I a shill?
Grapevine.
I would like a job as a coffee boy, actually. And I'll get all the secrets and I'll tell everyone.
Right.
That was my dream job, bro. Coffee boy in NASA, but didn't get it.
Why?
I don't know, bro, because like I was never gonna be working behind a desk in NASA because I've not got the brains for it.
3,
So
2,
why can't I just get
Jump.
coffees
Make
for
sure you're
the
moving here,
people that-
Gary. That stacking debuff is going to hit really hard. You can prove that they were real. The bones prove it. It's just that's the approach the people who are skeptical of these things take is like, you know, they think it's all some conspiracy. Like, the bones don't prove it. There'd have to be a dinosaur in front of you to prove it, right? That's like the only way that some people will believe it, which is better than just being totally like meekly submissive to everything you get told. I do agree with that, but
1.
See?
I
See?
think it's probably
See?
the case that the Earth is not flat and that dinosaurs are real. Like, I don't think there's
Oh.
any real reason to doubt that. But
Metro. I'll sit here and I'll say.
can we
some-
not fucking do this on a gaming live stream, please?
No,
God
no,
damn
no,
it,
no.
Pub!
All I'm gonna say is some of these conspiracies are complete. Like, I can't believe these things. But like, how can you expect me to believe some of these conspiracies? I'm like, what the actual? But if the conspiracy actually makes sense, then I'm gonna believe it.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that make sense, but unfortunately, a lot of controversial stuff too. Anyway, Harry's dream job is being a whistleblower. Is that what he just said? Basically. Harry basically wants to stumble into Area 51 while he's mopping up the cafeteria.
1.
Grapevine.
Basically, yeah. They never expect it from a janitor. I steal an alien artifact or something.
Wait, oh, this is a great point Tub just made. If you did this would make you a snitch.
No, it's not snitch, bro. It's for the greater good. For the people.
Okay, that's an interesting spin on that. Because I know how much you read snitches.
2.
You can't snitch on the authorities.
Grapevine.
Interesting way to put it, yeah. I kind of agree with Harry on that. Like, the colloquial snitch is you not fucking over your friends that you have to live next to all day, every day. Like, but the government, they are more fuck overable, I guess is what your stance is.
Yeah. No, not really. But that's the system, you know?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Grapevine.
The machines calculated John Connor to be the one to save mankind, but it was actually Thomas Anderson who would rather go by the alias Neo. It became a God's children versus man's children. The Terminator movies are a prequel to the Matrix movie. John Connor
Alright,
was
Metro.
Neo's father.
Metro. Do you think the moon landing was real?
Harry, I'm trying to play WoW, okay, man? Like, this is not the
3,
place for all this
2,
shit, dude.
1.
Grapevine.
Move them from the candles. If aliens were real and space wasn't, then the aliens... Wait, I don't know what that says. If aliens were real and space wasn't, they aren't aliens. Oh, I see what you mean,
3,
yeah.
2, 1.
Grapevine.
Let me get some of that porridge.
Who said that?
Third Ferguson. It wasn't the porridge, this is Harry, unfortunately.
Oh, let me get some of that porridge, bro. Nah, I ask questions where questions ain't supposed to be asked, but it's a good way to be, man.
It's better than the alternative, I agree with that.
3, 2, 1.
Grapevine.
And my opinion don't mean nothing either. Like, it's not Elon Musk's opinion. So,
Sure,
like, why does
right.
anyone care, you know?
Harry's the crazy uncle who comes to Thanksgiving, and you just can't wait to hear what craziness they have to say. Oh, Harry is definitely, like, that is 100. If Harry was a distant relative of mine, I would look forward to every trip to this person's house. Did you pull that pack behind you, or no? Not yet. Okay, you need to get that still, so.
Be careful with Sanguine.
We want to wait for Bolstrom, or we want to wait for Bloodlust, one way or the other here, so. Harry is not actually eligible to run for the United States president because he's not a citizen, but if he did, I would totally vote for him.
3, 2,
I can marry a citizen, though, no?
Grapevine.
I think you yourself have to be the citizen to become the president. Because me and Cop were going to run, but Cop's not, he's not eligible.
You need to still run, bro. Hopefully get past the system. Lie or something.
It won't matter. Like, we've spent all that money and time on it, and then it'll just get denied at the door,
3,
Oh,
2,
yeah.
You actually have to be born in America to be president. Oh, so even if you are a citizen, it's not enough. Okay.
No, but it makes sense, though. That's a rule that I can't argue with.
That's a pretty good one. You know what, like some fucking German coming over and becoming the president, right?
Yeah. Can I argue with that rule? Not really, bro. Like, I don't know.
Alright, you did it again, like the one elite pull. Just get the piglets that are padding. Yeah, perfect. Get all this stuff. Perfect, perfect. Alright, now run out. Run weapon and vamp blood on the way out. Harry would become the president just to become a whistleblower. Yeah, to be honest, it's actually exactly what he would do.
No, bro. I'm thinking maybe. Look, there's a few plans that I've got, and none of them are coming to fruition, yeah? But I was thinking maybe if the streaming goes well, I might go for mayor
3, 2,
Of what?
1.
of London.
Grapevine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you could.
Because I've watched a YouTube video. There was a pub owner who become mayor of his borough just because everyone liked him in the pub.
Oh, that's how it is where I live. Yeah, the mayor is always just whoever, like, some popular person in the town, basically.
Do you know what I'm saying, bro?
Because it's just a popularity contest at the end of the day. Especially on, like, a local level.
2, 1.
Does Harry know who the current mayor is? I don't know. It's a good question.
Mate, you think I know politics? Nah, mate, I don't do politics. Is it Richie Sunak? I'm sure it's Richie Sunak.
I'm pretty sure you'd have to do politics, quote unquote, to be the mayor.
1.
No, but that's the brilliant thing. You've got advisors.
Right. Richie
know what I'm
Sunak
saying?
is the prime minister, apparently. I don't know what they're saying, but Sadiq Khan, does that sound familiar?
Oh, Sadiq, bro, and everyone hates him, bro. Guy gets death threats every day, bro.
Well, there you go. You could become the mayor instead of him.
Do you know what I'm saying? I'll be for the people, man. I wanna raise the taxes.
3,
All right, we gotta blow this up. Wait for the healer's mana. Or not.
Ah,
Please don't burn boss. Just tank him straight up. All right. Since the healer's asking you to do that, let's do it. Because I think you can survive it, especially with 2 cheat that's
no.
up. I think
I
you
don't
can
think
survive
I-
it with 2 cheat that's up, yeah. I do it all the time and on way higher keys, but obviously I'm a lot more geared than you are.
Sounds like a challenge to me.
The DPS is not very good either, so that's probably not going to help matter. But
Grapevine.
considering Boris was mayor before he was prime minister, maybe he could transition. Yeah, maybe.
And I liked Boris, bro.
Boris
A lot of
Yeltsin
people
or
didn't like
whatever, yeah.
Boris. Yeah, bro. Like I met him. I met Boris in the pub with his family, and I said, "Boris, you're a cunt," and he just looked at me like, you know, like, mate, like, fucking hell, like that a shame, you know. And I thought, you know what? It's wrong to do that to him in front of his family.
I'm definitely wrong to do it in front of his family.
Do you know what I'm saying? So,
Grapevine.
but I used to go outside his ass and scream his name at 3 o'clock in the morning
Okay.
because
Sorry.
on the way back from the club, we'd walk past his ass and he'd come out at a window and shout at us.
Oh, okay.
But we were kids though,
Right.
but 18, I suppose. Like, you can class that as a kid, really.
Not in England, no. In 18, you could already drive, right? Or you could already drink, I mean.
Grapevine.
Oh, there's cheat death. Alright, you're gonna have to clear this. Make
Clear
the
this,
right
yeah?
choice, though. Don't rush into it. Okay, good. You're fine.
What's the law with this guy? Why is he needs to be set alive?
I have no idea. I've never done this dungeon. I never done this zone as a lens.
Three, two, one.
Should I ask him party to see if anyone knows?
Not right now, no. We'll fire right underneath him. Fuck this bad. You should know,
I
Harry,
lost
this is
someone.
your favorite zone. Oh, is it also your favorite zone, too?
Yeah, I like everything to do with this, man. It reminds me of a horror film,
Yeah.
Three.
and I love horror films, man. I can't wait to
Grapevine.
watch them again.
Lore is that he hits hard when he's cold, so you gotta set him on fire to warm him up. Okay.
Some
Harry
serious
obviously
lore.
loves the dungeon as it's the only one set in the UK. It's true, isn't it? It's got like an English accent all around the zone, doesn't it?
One.
Ah, yeah, yeah. What, Keltiris there?
Well, actually, no. The Coltiran are all like that. So yeah, it's not. This isn't the only one. But yeah, all the Coltirans are English, I guess, right?
But whereabouts in English?
I don't know. I mean, obviously, I'm not an expert like you are.
I'm not even an expert.
Three, two.
The entire island is UK themed. It's the same with Gilneas. Oh, really? Gilneas too.
Chilneus? Oh.
Gilneas in particular would be considered Cockney. London
No.
accents.
No. Who said that? Hearsay. I've never heard the dog speak.
Three, two, one.
I'm trying to read what's happening in chat, bro. What's he talking?
DKs can tank him without burning as long as they rotate defensives. That guy doesn't understand how DK works, so don't listen to him. Harry, please turn his back to the boss on the last crush, and I almost got one shot. Yeah, that was close. I thought it was over. Metro, they said there's a Kata raid releasing in October. Surely they don't release War Within during that time, and BlizzCon is November, so it's either September or late November.
Three.
Yeah,
Bro, why did I just lose everyone?
Somebody aggroed the boss.
Grapevine.
Yeah, I agree with that, Faxi. I think it's going to be late November, honestly, but you never know. It could be either of those, really.
Does Faxi still play?
Oh, yeah. What part of England has werewolves?
That'd be up north somewhere, man.
That'd be London, I
Where
guess,
at?
right? All right, you got to wipe,
Nice.
dude. You're still in combat with the boss.
Two.
Just die.
One.
We need to get Faxi in the runs, man.
Yeah, where is Hogwarts located as well?
Hogwarts is platform 9 3/4. You need to go through.
Oh, so just like anywhere?
Yeah, like you go 9 3/4, and then that's where the train is. King's Cross Station. I used to live like 10 minutes from there.
Metro, I truly think you undersold Harry as a person. I tried to tell you guys this fucking like a year ago when I was talking about doing stuff with Harry on stream. I was like, you guys are gonna fucking love this dude. Like, he is the craziest motherfucker you'll ever meet. And then I did like a few things with him and nobody really commented on it. And it's just like, I was like, all right, we're gonna have to warm him up. It took 6 fucking streams for this to come out, but we're here now, so welcome to it.
Three, two,
Grapevine.
Harry is one of a kind. You can't fully explain him. Nope. Yeah. He has to be experienced. Yes, I agree. Good pulling there.
Have to do it
Good
slowly,
use of
like
CDs
child,
there too.
man.
Yeah, just take your
Because-
time, and once you get them, just run. That's all you gotta do.
2, 1.
Rune weapons up as well. Good.
Grapevine.
Fuego Gordita says, "Please adopt me and be my father, Harry." I don't think you
Don't
want
wanna
that.
be- Yeah, nah.
Nick Jensen, what's up, buddy? Welcome. How have you been? I've been great, man. What have you been up to? Long time no see.
Three, two, 1.
Grapevine.
Harry is the mayor now. Is it that was that easy? He's actually mayor now. Did the other guy resign or something? Let's see.
Nah, I've got a little way to go, man. Before that, but the only way is forward.
Yeah. What's Harry's favorite UFC fighter?
My favorite UFC fighter. Do you know what? I know it's a common thing, but probably Conor McGregor, just because he changed the game for me, man.
Yeah.
Like, I was a fan, but I weren't a stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning fan, you know.
Right. Stay in range of the boss. Stay in range of the boss. Stay in range of the boss. Don't move out of melee range of the boss. He will one-shot everybody.
And then obviously, yeah, Conor McGregor I stayed up for. I used to stay up 3 o'clock in the morning and watch him. So it's one of them ones where I have to say he's my favourite. But with that out the window, my favourite cage fighter is probably, yeah, Sean O'Malley, man.
Griffin says he probably really became a fan when Connor punched that old man in the pub.
Yeah. I agree with punching old men in pubs, mate.
Oh, definitely
Especially
don't want to
ones
be
that-
slapping hands in here.
Well,
Grapevine.
If the ads get to the boss, you die pretty much.
oh,
Luckily,
So
you
shall-
guys
shall
somehow.
run? Oh, no.
No. Just stay in range of the boss at all times. Anyway, it has been a minute indeed. Just stressing through life right now. Fiance is coming from the U.S. to study here. A lot of financial stuff involved in bureaucracy. Oh, jeez. Well, I can imagine that would be stressful, but I hope it goes well for you guys.
3, 2, 1.
The rep Pally is playing with fire right now. Yeah, he's in a group with Harry. Yeah, I agree. Skytide is surprised your favorite isn't Darren Till.
No, I like Darren Till. Don't, bro. I didn't say I disliked him, but just because he's from Liverpool, don't mean he's my favourite. Like Sean O'Malley, I don't know. From the minute I see him, he was skinny and he was knocking people out, and I just like, you know, I just had
1.
soft spot for the guy.
Yeah, he's a very unique fighter, especially in that division, so I agree with that. You didn't actually clear out, like you just moved right to the edge of it and stayed in there.
Yeah.
Tom Aspinall too, yeah, where is he from?
Tom Aspinall was quite brav. He's the heavyweight. He's from like Manchester or something. He's quite cool. Yeah.
3.
Did you ever see the walkout Darren Till did in Liverpool?
I didn't. But then, by that logic, surely MVP should be Venom Page should be my favorite because he's from London.
Yeah, Venom Page is probably my actual new favorite fighter now. I never saw him fight before. I'm so happy about him.
Like, bro, I could have met him. Like, his girlfriend is one of my best pals' girlfriend's sister.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, Harry's
I'm
got
a
all
pal.
kinds of stories about famous people. Like, what Game of Thrones actors was it? Was it Alfie Allen that you always saw?
Greyjoy. Yeah,
Yeah.
he tried to take my crisps off me, bro.
What? What's the story there?
He wanted I was walking down the road with my mate Louis, like the musician who's like probably the famousest person I know, but like but back then he weren't. Alfie Allen walked past us and was like, "Oh, what's happening, mate? Let's have one of those crisp." I said, "No, you fucking can't have one of them crisp, like." And then my Louis was like, "Mate," and I said, "Nah, bro, I ain't having some next man's hand in my crisp packet, like." And then obviously when we got away, my pal Louis was like, "Brother, you know who that was, don't you?" I was like, "Oh, it's that, yeah, that's Theon Greyjoy." I was like, "Oh, he could have definitely had his hand in my crisp packet, like."
Oh wait, he was actually acting on Game of Thrones, and you didn't recognize him?
I didn't recognize him, yeah.
Oh, I thought this was before he was famous.
No, bro. No, because he was in season 1.
Yeah, I know. I figured this was before the show started.
No. It was like maybe during season 2.
Oh my God! Metro, the boss died as he was eating an ad that Harry slappy handed in. Yeah, he did it 3 times on the fight. I'm surprised it didn't wipe him. I bet Harry could pull Alfie Allen's sister. Yeah, who's his sister? She's
Lily
famous too,
Allen.
right?
Yeah, no, I couldn't pull
She's
her.
a singer, is that right?
I used to know where she used to live. She used to live down the bottom of my mate's road.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She's cool, man. Got to respect Lily Allen, mate. She's like,
So this
I know
comment
what
just
to
got
say.
made. This is really, really funny. It's a quote from you. He says, "He could definitely have his hands in my crisp packet," and then it's just 3 question marks.
yeah, quote.
Did you see
Sometimes
WoW is back in China as well? I did see that. Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, nothing for us.
Good for everybody though.
Yeah. Why did they get rid of it, man?
It was a financial dispute.
2, 1.
Grapevine.
They couldn't make money off of it. Like,
I don't know which side was stubborn more, but I guess both sides were pretty unhappy. A British man's crisp packet is a very intimate thing. I don't blame him. Yeah.
yeah, because that could mean something else, which we won't talk about.
Crisp packet is Cockney not rhyming slang for I fancy him.
1.
Grapevine.
Is that right?
What? No.
Okay. Anyway,
Wait, you know what? Someone said that in my comments on YouTube, where they were like, "Theon Greyjoy, where you been? You put on some weight."
Yeah, why is that comment made? I don't get it. You do not
Because
look
they obviously-
anything like him.
He's from the same area, isn't it? So. probably
Yeah,
just-
but you never hear his accent normal, right? Like you always hear the because
Grapevine.
like in the show he does not have a London accent at all, right?
Yeah. Did you see who they cast as Duncan the Tool?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
Bro, I was close.
Yeah, you actually look very similar to the guy. It's
Bro.
kind of funny.
I'm not saying guy's better looking than me by far, bro. He looks like he's in shape, like this and that, but I'm surprised on how close he actually is.
I don't know if
Maybe
you guys.
I just
Good.
go. I was gonna say maybe if I just did what they said on the video, I might have been more.
Yeah. So if you guys didn't hear the story, they were having trouble finding actors for this new spin-off they're doing. It's The Tale of Duncan Egg. Famously, the character is supposed to be like almost 7 foot tall, the main character, and then the second main character was supposed to be a very young boy. So this was always like when they talked about this back when Game of Thrones was on. George Martin said like this is like not adaptable because the 2 main characters have to be people that are not actors. Like it's either got to be a very young child and a giant, or people who are fake. You know what I mean? But so they decided to go on with the show, and so in order to do it, they decided they would get a star cast around the 2 actors and then just get authentic people in that role. And so in order to do that, they did an open casting call in England to find anybody who was abnormally tall and looked the part. So I've read this article, and I was like, Harry, this is you. Like, you're literally the person for this role. Like, I didn't realize, especially what they were looking for at the time, but, like, he used to be really in shape. Like, he's got all these pictures of when he was really muscular, and he's quite tall. He's, like, 6'4", 6'5". So I was like, you are Duncan the Tall. Like, if there's anybody who's not an actor who has a shot of getting this role, it's you. and he was too nervous to do it properly, so he kind of half-assed it. And then they released the pictures of the guy who is actually in the film, in the show now, and it's like wildly similar to what Harry looks like. It's like the same facial hair color and the same jawline and everything. It's like almost like same person.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Basically, just a guy that's been gym for 6 months more than me, and
Yep.
that's the only difference.
2, 1.
And I didn't really do well with the script they sent me as well.
Yeah.
Like, my friend was just like, we're sending it. I said, but that ain't what he said, we're sending it. You can't get the one word, then we're just going to do it. We're just going to send it as is. He said, it's final audition, but that's probably rule 1. They probably want someone who can read the script in front of them.
2.
So that's probably important, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
But like I told him, Kristen Cole, he was like a non-actor before this. Like he was just some random guy, and he got the call. This is a really funny story too. He got the call from the people who, I guess like Miguel Sapochnik or whatever. He got the call from the people who run the show, and they were asking him about things, basically like saying like, you got the role. How's like what's next for you? And he was like, oh, I don't know. I can't wait to see how it goes. Like, he had no idea that he was being chosen for the role. He never expected to get it. He straight up just, like, he got lucky. He played the part, like, he was the right physical look and build for the role. And because of that, he actually lied about being able to ride a horse because he never expected to get the role. So he just lied about a bunch of shit. And then so the first day on set, as the character Kristen Cole, he had to ride a horse, and it was like I thought I was gonna lose my job that day because I literally never rode a horse before in my life, and I lied
mate,
saying
just get on it. Like, how hard can it be, really? Like,
I don't know, but yeah. We were talking about spin-off, the Game of Thrones spin-off. They're calling it A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, I think. But the story I'm talking about, Kristen Cole, that's House of the Dragons, like one of the main villains of the story.
3.
It's too bad Harry didn't get picked. We could have seen his crisp packet on screen like Amelia Clark's coffee cup. Yeah, you remember that?
yeah. Oh, it would have been so cool, man. And you know what? I'll be honest, yeah. Look, I know you could sit there and probably say like, oh, doing that whole role stuff will be hard. Like, like a lot of people, when I told them about it, they were like, mate, you're gonna do all that acting? Nah, mate. Bro, we're the sort of geezers. You put us in that position, it's gonna happen. It's gonna work, you know.
Yeah.
2.
You'll make it
Like,
work.
You make it work, bro.
Harry does rise to a challenge. I agree with that.
Do you know what I'm saying?
This looks like it's not gonna be in time, huh? I thought this was gonna be easy.
I'm gonna blame DPS.
3.
They're
It
gonna
does
blame
seem
the
very
tank.
low. Yeah, 80k on this fight. Like, what the fuck?
It's a cleave fight. We should have bought a warrior.
They can still time it? No, I don't think they have any shot at timing it, do they? So I'll have to do a full 2 things of trash here as well. This time you can just jump down there. No sanguine, so just run at them. Get threat on the ones that you don't have threat on. Before that guy dies and you have even less time.
3, 2, 1.
Start dragging them towards the boss. I don't agree with pulling them onto the boss, but definitely be right at the
Wait, I
boss.
don't even know where I am.
Foolish child.
It's like in League then.
Vision. Death is an inevitable force.
Just don't pull the boss until they're actually dead.
You don't think?
Mm. Alright, I think you can go.
3.
AMS. Press AMS right now.
Grapevine.
Is it a sub 3-minute fight in a 21? I don't know. Probably not with easy DPS.
I can make it better though.
First time you actually finish this dungeon, though, I think, so it's still be a lot of score.
Grapevine.
We can do it. We can do it.
At the start of this project, I was concerned for Harry. I'm now concerned for Metro.
We cannot allow Gorak.
Harry's gonna pass the ret at this point. Yeah.
Every horror in the manor is making its way to us.
3,
Tide and
2,
hold them here.
1.
Grapevine.
Have we got time?
Nah, it's gonna be like probably like 15 seconds short. Looks like.
What have I got? What can I do?
Nothing really.
Death coil or something?
No. Yeah, but blow this is over now, and these guys are. I can't see what damage they're doing. Stop the stun! Stop the stun! Stop the stun!
1.
Grapevine.
That's something you can do.
That one there, yeah.
As soon as they start gripping or start casting deathlines, you need to grip them.
I ain't got grip. Nah, I do.
Is the Red's gear broken or something? I have no idea. People make like a joke mode spec look hard in this game.
1.
Stop the stun, Harry, please.
I don't have the grip, bro.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
you
what,
know-
blinding sleep?
I don't know if blinding sleet actually worked. Wait a minute, what the fuck is that purple cloak and hood? Is Harry wearing a low-budget copy of Metro's Mog? No, that's just his actual gear.
Yeah, we're not gonna do it.
3.
Now that is really like the fact that those players just stayed stunned for like the full duration of the stun, like 3 or 4 times on the fight. That is horrible. You need to make sure you're saving grip for that, but other people need to help too. Like now would be your time to grip it. That's 5 times on the fight. Do you not see what I'm saying? Like they're channeling a spell, and that spell is a stun on a player. So that full stun is like taking a DPS out of the fight for like 5-6 seconds at a
3,
time.
2.
If you stopped all of those, you would have upgraded the key.
Grapevine.
Cannot hold me.
GG's.
There wasn't any major errors, right? Is that the actual overall chart?
Hmm?
Pull the DPS chart into the middle of the screen and show everybody this. What the fuck? Did that guy just do 100,000 DPS overall?
Heroes, you've broken the coven and released us from Gorak Tool's power.
Wow. Alright, well I see why you didn't upgrade it. Okay. Yeah, that's actually... Yeah, alright, just bad DPS. That's pretty wild.
When he came more than me.
Yeah, like you and the healer beat a DPS.
And I'll be honest, I spend most of my thing on like stuff that's saving me alive, bro. I don't focus on damage.
Oh, right, the pig boss wipe. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Alright, well, at least you got it done. You've mastered that dungeon now, I feel like.
Champion,
Yeah.
may I have a word with you?
What we got next? Oh, fuck.
Rise.
Is there any groups?
Yeah, you could try to. At this point, you probably have enough score to get invited to other keys.
Yeah, cause mate, like them dungeons, yeah, they're fun, yeah, but we've done them so much, bro. Like,
See which ones you need the most on Tyrannical. Okay, Black Recold you don't have at all.
yeah,
Everbloom you could use. Rise we just did. Throne is really bad as well, only 14. Fall you don't have at all.
is that a fool?
No, that's Rise.
Yeah.
Blizzard just posted something about next patch. Alright, I'm about to read it. Hold on, we're
Go on,
taking a
go
break here. This is huge news. All right.
I'm gonna go a wee.
No. You want to be here for this. Hurry up. Go. All right. Delaying this. Because he's going to want to read this. This is his favorite expansion. Now the warlock forgets to plug their monitor in. It's not your key that downgrades. Yeah, seriously. How did that guy do 100k overall? That's wild. I don't really look at the DPS chart ever on it, so I never really pay attention to it. I know. I'm kind of reading it as I'm waiting for him, but I don't want to spoil it for myself. Come on, Harry. Do you think it has something to do with the China thing, maybe? I don't know. It's kind of a weird coincidence. The day they renew the Chinese thing is the day they announce this. Which expansion was it when Harry played Fury Warrior? We had a few streams with him. I've done keys a lot with Harry over the years. It might have been Legion, might have been BFA. I think probably only Shadowlands. We didn't play together at all. I need to watch the new Joker trailer too. I haven't seen it yet. I really like that first film, but I don't know if a sequel is going to be as good. I feel like it was like a culture shock type film that probably won't be able to recapture that second time around.
Sorry. Weak bladder. What's
Okay, you're
happening?
back. All right, listen to what they're doing. You might enjoy it.
No,
Wow.
no.
What?
Oh, I thought it was Mr. Pandaria.
Bro. WoW Remix. Mist of the Pandaria in patch 10.2.7. Level to 70 using special rules and loot. I'm going to read this whole article, okay? If you want to cut in, just cut me off and cut in. Relive epic adventures with all new event arriving in 10.2.7 content update WoW Remix Mist of Pandaria. Experience the wonders of Pandaria anew, but with fresh new loot and almost unlimited power. What is WoW Remix Mist of Pandaria? WoW Remix Mist of Pandaria is a limited time event which allows players to re-experience the entirety of Mist of Pandaria expansion at an accelerated rate from level 10 through 70. All loot has been completely overhauled and has powerful new effects allowing players to shape their experience, power up and power on. Features include accelerated leveling and content allowing you to take on nearly every quest, scenario, dungeon, and raid. Create a new WoW Remix character starting at level 10 to adventure through the event to level 70. A mountain of loot. Get powerful items from everywhere. Quests, chests, creatures, and bosses. Customizable items, allowing you to power up as far as you can go to take on tougher content. Convert unwanted items into bronze, which can be used to upgrade items or purchase cosmetics. And keep what you collect. Take your collection of transmog with you into the war within. This is available to everyone. No expansion purchase is needed, but a World of Warcraft subscription or game is required to begin this fast-paced adventure through Pandaria. This means that classic players can also participate in a plethora of pandemonium by simply installing the modern client. Accelerated leveling and content. With WoW Remix Mr. Pandaria, there will be no slowing you down, and you'll be able to take on nearly every quest, scenario, dungeon, and raid right out of the gate with accelerated leveling from 10 to 70. View the chart below for the availability of each content type. 10 to 70 Jade Forest. It's just like everything in the zones as expected, pretty much. Okay. Creating your new identity. Creating a new modern World of Warcraft character to undertake your adventures in Pandaria and collect a variety of powerful new items and transmogs. Then take your transmogs with you when you continue your adventure in a war within. Additional character slots. Go ahead.
Metro, is this like Plunderstorm? Is this
Yeah.
going to be its own thing? Or... Yeah,
Yeah, it's going to be its own server.
it's going to be its own server. Okay, then. So you can't play your main.
Correct. You have to start a brand new character, and it's like it sounds to me like the leveling of 10 to 70 is going to be like part of the experience. Like it's going to be all part of it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to keep reading. Additional
Go on.
character slots will be available so that you have room for your new fully leveled and fully geared hero to join you in your continuing adventure through the World Soul Saga. All remix characters created during the event will convert to a standard character to play within modern World of Warcraft at the end of the event. From the Realm character select screen, players will be given the option to create a new WoW Remix character beginning at level 10, which will only be able to play with characters taking part in this event. Characters in the selection screen, which are only available to play in the World of Warcraft Remix event, will have an icon next to their character name so they can be easily identified. Once you've created your character, you'll begin your journey in the Timeless Isle and meet up with the Infinite Dragonflight and Eternus, who will set you on your path. New loot, new you. In WoW Remix, players have the opportunity to collect a variety of items from just about anywhere. Quests, chests, creatures, bosses, and more. New customizable items will be yours for the taking, and each item slot has their own unique identity with spell gem sockets. These sockets can come with extra turbocharged new effects similar to trinkets. Each time you loot new items, you'll have the chance for powerful new upgrades, allowing you to push the limits further and faster than ever before with uncapped character progression. As you progress, you'll gradually become more and more powerful as items also increase permanent stats. Here are some examples of the types of gems you might find. Life Storm. Equip a storm. This calls down 5 bolts of lightning every 1 second. Each bolt inflicts 25,000 nature damage to an enemy within 30 seconds. During the storm, 3 flowers grow around the caster. After 5 seconds, the flowers bloom, restoring 388,000 health and granting 1,720 haste to allies for 10 seconds. Okay, this sounds ridiculous. There's a ton of these. I'm not going to read them all. But yeah, this sounds ridiculous. I have no idea what some of this even means. Earn titles, a variety of transmogs, previously unreleased color variants of older mounts, and more simply by completing WoW Remix Mr. Pandaria's specific achievements during the Mix event. These achievements will become feats of strength when the event ends. And they show a picture of the Pandaren Phoenix that you never got. The red and white color, it's fucking gorgeous. Probably the best looking coloration of any mount I've ever seen. And they also show a picture of the Celestial Dragon from Algalon that is a gold one instead of a starry looking one.
So no challenge mode sets.
But there'll probably be the challenge mode sets recolored, I would imagine, based on the fact that the mount is here. But not the original colors, probably.
But
Yeah.
they didn't show that.
What do you mean?
That surely they would have shown the
Yeah,
transmogs.
you might be right. Okay, there's no such thing as a drop, and any drop you get can be converted into a new currency, bronze. You'll be able to use this currency to purchase upgrades and World of Warcraft account-bound cosmetics. Head to a bazaar in any zone to purchase everything from class transmogs to Mr. Pandaria mounts, toys, and more. This allows players to purchase items that were previously unable to obtain or difficult to obtain as random drops by simply spending this new currency to add them to their account collectibles. Players won't be able to use the auction house in World of Warcraft Remix either. This is wild. This is like the weirdest thing they've ever added to the game, I think.
Like, so what's gonna make me want to play that when Mr. the Pandaria is coming out next year in Classic, and I'm gonna have to play the whole of Mr. Pandaria again?
Yeah, I don't know. That's up to you. This is not
Obviously,
WoW. From what I'm reading here, like this to me is a different version of WoW than we've ever played before. Again, it's just kind of like Plunderstorm. Like I skipped over dozens of these, but there are these gems that apparently you can get. It almost sounds like Diablo to me. This almost sounds like Diablo, like these ridiculously powerful things, and every single item in the game can be like turned into something else. This is actually pretty wild. This is actually what I would love to see from WoW's loot system moving forward, if it's as I expect. So I'm pretty excited to see what this looks like, and I will definitely be playing this. If it came out today, I would probably actually play it on the other channel, the Leveling Challenge channel, because it sounds more like content that would fit that channel. But realistically, this is probably the most like unique thing they've ever added to the game.
if they add the challenge mode sets, even in another color, but with the effects, with the effects and all that,
Yeah,
then I will be going mad.
I think it's Faxi agrees 100% chance they do. Just do you think it'd be the exact same color? I think they would probably do a second color of it, but yeah, I think that's 100% coming back.
Because then that gives me reason, because I want the warrior one, so it would give me reason to
Right.
go on there and grind for the warrior.
Exactly. And I think that's what they would do, is they would want you to play all of the different classes.
But I also think that it should be a different color. I don't think they should give the same color.
I agree.
Already.
I actually agree. This is a good point from Jigsaw. We don't actually know Mop is coming to Classic. This puts doubt into that cycle. Think about it. This has real account crossover. It's the real future they might want from repeatable content. I totally agree with that. This might be like them saying they're not going to do Mop. And this might be why they have this ready. It's because they might be thinking like, all right, we had Mop ready, but now we're just not going to do it. We're just going to do this instead.
So I think that Mop is 100%. I would put like my life on Mop's coming.
Yeah. Even after this.
Like, even bro, obviously it does put that, but it makes so much sense for them just to do Mop, because they didn't say anything about raids in this.
Yeah, they did. It was very confusing how it was worded. It made to me, as I'm reading this, I'm thinking like, are they going to allow you to solo all this shit? I don't know, but they did mention like you're going to be able to do everything in the game very quickly. Like you'll log on and level very quickly, and then be doing all the content in the game very quickly as well. Like part of that chart that I skipped over, it says, for example, with WoW Remix, there will be no slowing you down. You'll be able to take on nearly every quest, scenario, dungeon, and raid right out of the gate with accelerated leveling from 10 to 70. View the chart below for the availability of each content. Okay, so this is what it says from 10 to 70. For example, it says 35 to 70, you'll be able to do Dread Waste and Heart of Fear. Meaning at level 35, while you're still leveling, you'll be able to go do the raid. So to me, that tells me that the raid is not going to be a raid anymore. It's now going to be some new solo content that you would just run in there and do. Or maybe it would still be a raid, but it just, everybody needs to be 35 for it. I don't know. Yeah, who knows? I actually agree with that. People are saying now that this is basically a Season of Discovery, but with Mop. And I actually, it sounds very, very similar.
So why didn't they just Season Discovery every expansion? Why didn't they do Classic and then do
this is why it's putting doubt on Mop. Because why are they starting with Mop, right? Like, to me, it's obvious. They're starting with Mop because they have no plans to do Mop Classic, but they already had stuff that they might want to have done from it. And now instead of using it for Classic, they're now going to use it in Live instead.
Oh, what you think, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
I'm still under the impression that they do miss. Like, I think they're going to run with it until current.
You might be right, but... Anyway,
that's what I hope.
Regardless of the Classic conversation, like this is pretty nuts. I'm very excited for this. Mop is definitely one of my favorite settings ever, so I'm really eager to see what like a full on, if it is truly like more of like a solo thing. I'm very, very, very interested in seeing how this is going to work out.
I'm gonna be playing it. Look at Plunderstorm. I'm playing Plunderstorm every day. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna like I like all this new stuff that they're adding, especially where your stuff that you're like I'm going on Plunderstorm and I'm earning things and I'm logging on retail and I'm getting things in the post and like like I'm not just playing Plunderstorm and it's going away and it's just happy memories. No, like I'm also getting transmog and things like that.
Yeah.
You're double dipping.
And that's why I like it, because there's so many collectibles. I'm really excited for this. This seems really cool.
I just thought if they were putting the mop thing, the tier sets in, that would have been a big point. They would
You
be
think they
putting
would have
across.
announced it today? I agree, but there might be a reason that they're not announcing it. Like they have some big, like, this is going to be a huge part of why you play it at all, and they want that to be like news when it comes out, like properly, you know?
Like I thought, like the first post, it would be a picture of them sets. It'd be like, you missed these sets. Well, get on into there to get them, and then everyone's gonna go mad about it.
Yeah.
The fact
But
that they ain't put them in maybe means they're undecided whether they're gonna put them in or not.
it could be. Yeah, that could be it.
It's madness, bro. It's a good time to be a World of Warcraft
It
player.
really is. We were just talking about this on your stream this morning. Griffin says we're also getting a retail patch story at the same time. Oh, really? Where does it say that? I like the idea that you can level the character on the mop server and then it just gets turned into a real character, though. That's really cool.
Yeah, but then I've got all my characters. Why do I want to like have another character? Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Well, just because you don't have to. You can just delete them. But it's just like a nice gesture. Like, all right, you spent all this time doing this on that realm. Because, like, this is the thing about it. Well, you might not be thinking about. It sounds like 10 to 70 is going to be ultra fast and streamlined on this server. So if you want to level a character, you can just do it there.
Oh,
Like, it's basically an alternative way to level
to
characters.
level a character.
Yeah. Yep.
Holy, I didn't even think like that.
Yep. And it would be good for new players too, Javante says. I totally agree with that. Yep. This would be a great way to introduce new people to the game. Nick, have a go, man. Dinner's ready. I'm going to jump off. All right, see you, man. Thanks for stopping by.
Do you
Always
know
good to
what?
see you.
Actually, yeah, bro. I didn't even think.
Yeah.
Level up your character. So, like, play a class that you ain't got as your main, just
Right,
as your
exactly. That's why I love leveling challenges, because it allows me to experience the game in a way that I never experienced before and still feel like I'm doing something challenging. But if this is what I expect it to be, and I'm sure it won't be exactly like I expect it to be, but regardless, if it is what I expect it to be, this will be like the ultimate leveling challenge content in WoW, like the ultimate way to experience the game that isn't just endgame PvE, 5-man group thing. Like, it's going to be a fully fresh experience for World of Warcraft, and especially given how it sounds like the loot is going to work. This is pretty much what I've always wanted in a while, like a more Diablo-esque loot system where every item that drops has value, and you don't end up with this like absurdly bad like ending to seasons where there's just zero player power out there. And it's ironic because we were just talking about the infinite player power before and how people didn't like it. But if it is not tied to your, sweaty progression main, all of a sudden it's only for fun. And that's the way the game should have been from the fucking start. Like, this is such a great answer to the best and worst parts about WoW. You know what I mean? It's actually genius. Like, I don't know who came up with these separate server ideas, but they did something crazy here.
Yeah. Yeah. When's this coming out, Metro?
So they're talking about it now. Apparently, there's some reason to believe it's going to come out June-ish. And then Jix says, so if Kata comes out in May and then this mop would be in June, he believes like that makes the most sense. So Kata's confirmed for May, is that right?
Yeah, May the 20th.
All right. So then, May the 20th. Okay. So maybe late June then?
Because we got the pre-patch coming in 3 weeks' time. And
As always, I'm set to go in early April or early July for vacation. So hopefully it'll come out well before I have to leave. But yeah, hopefully mid-June or something. That'd be great. It's great too because this is going to be all the time while we're waiting for the expansion. So, season 4 will be out for almost 2 months by that point. Like,
no,
you know what I mean?
That's the thing. That's
yeah.
the best thing about it.
Yep.
We're waiting for an expansion, and we need to put out things in like Plunderstorm. We've had a couple weeks of Plunderstorm, which made us forget about the expansion, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it's exactly the same with this. This is going to be a month of what we're not going to be thinking of the new expansion for.
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm very excited for this. This seems really,
they've
really,
up
really cool.
Blizzard have upped their game, bruv. Since Xbox has took over, Blizzard have upped their game, bro.
I know why so many people say that, but surely this is something that they would have had to been developing since before the merger, right?
Yeah. Look, they
Five,
probably would, but
3,
it's funny,
2,
and now
1.
they've took over and things are coming out every other month, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, bro, it's just the sickest time to be a Warcraft player, man.
Yeah, Faxi just said, what a time to be a WoW lover. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
And especially, like, if you can equally enjoy, like, Classic or Wrath or TBC, like, all these different products are so... They're melding into such an amazing experience for anybody who truly loves Azeroth. I'm so thankful for Blizzard, dude. Like, they've done such a good job preserving the game from the ground up at this point. Like, just 6 years ago, there was nothing but one version of the game, right? And within 6 years, we now have this. Like, holy fuck, dude. Thank you. Like, thank you, Blizzard, for actually pouring your heart and soul into making Azeroth something that's unique and relivable 20 years down the road. This is fucking insane. And this is not even the 20th anniversary yet, dude. Like, wait, you know, the big announcement was the World Soul Saga and the crazy, we have a plan for 3 expansions straight thing. This is not even that. Like, what the fuck does the future for this game look like? This is insane.
Bro, do you think that this thing isn't going to be like Plunderstorm? Do you reckon it could be first person?
Yeah, you mean like with different combat?
Yeah.
It could be. It very well. That's why I'm saying, like, all the shit that I didn't read. If you read some of these things, you're like, what the fuck? Like, these are incredibly powerful things that are just gonna go in your gear. So it makes me think, and based on the numbers, they're saying like hundreds of thousands of health. It makes me think it's gonna be like a very different combat mode.
It could be like Plunderstorm.
Yeah.
Like, it could be first person where you dodge the abilities, because oh mate, that bro.
I would love that.
Up? Yeah, bro. I think I've got a feeling it will be like Plunderstorm.
It may very well be, yeah.
Oh, mate. Exciting times, man.
It really, yeah, totally is. Especially considering they're like seemingly working and leveling. Like, the thing I'm most excited about right now about it is the fact that they are like talking about like leveling and progression at the same time. Like, when the fuck is the last time Blizzard has done that in a WoW expansion? Like, usually it's like, all right, level 10 times and don't ever think about it again, you know? It's like, no, you could do all the content the game offers while leveling. Like, what? That is such a great idea.
Yeah, do you know what? We'll have to see. We're gonna have to see what's happening with this, you know.
Yeah, this is awesome.
We're definitely gonna have to see where this leads us, but you know, bruv, the challenge mode sets something I want.
Yeah.
Bad.
Harry's like dream, like his wet dream at night is to wake up dressed in challenge mode gear. Like, he never got them. I don't know why, but he
No,
doesn't.
I did, bro. I lost the can.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah.
Me and you got the warrior one. You got me the warrior one.
I
Remember?
thought so. Yeah, he lost his original US account somehow. And so now he lost all the challenge modes and he never had them on EU, I guess. So yeah.
I was playing US at that time.
Yeah.
And at the time, I genuinely thought, oh, they're going to do this every expansion with another set. Like, there's always going to be a set that you can try and get, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I genuinely thought that at the time. And, like, obviously I learned the hard way that, like, no, that's not the case. Like, they only did it once, which, if I ever speak to anyone at Blizzard and they want my opinion, I'll say, mate, we need that every expansion, bro.
3.
I love how you just gripped all 3 of those together and nobody touched them. Okay. Anyway, will you be able to have more than one of these new remix characters? It was a little confusing because it sounded like you might not be able to make unlimited characters on there, but I don't know that. Obviously, nobody knows that yet.
Oh, mate, imagine.
Yeah, if you had to choose only one character, who knows? My only issue
Oh
is having to
my.
make a new character. I don't feel like having to with the same class, then play a new class. Like that's why I love leveling challenges and things that are involving leveling and
Break
world
Run.
content in WoW, because you don't need to be like, if I'm gonna do Mythic Plus a Mythic Plus 26, I want to do it on my Death Knight. It's the thing I feel the most confident on. It's the thing I identify the most with, and it's the thing I feel like I can make progression on the most. But if I want to do fucking world content, I don't need to be a Blood Death Knight for that. I can play any class and have fun on it. You know what I mean? So that's like the perfect time to play something you don't normally play and explore the game in a different way than you might already be doing. He says, I already have all characters to 70. Well, then just play whatever the one you have the most fun on. Surely you don't play every spec in the game equally, right? Like, yeah, like if I was going to play, like if it came out right now, maybe I'll play Rep Pally. You know what I mean? Because I've always enjoyed playing Rep, but I never really want to play it at max level. So this might be a good time to play something like that there. You know what I mean? So who knows? Who knows what they're going to do in terms of classes and stuff and how many characters you can have. But like if it came out today as I expect, I could see myself, just going fucking balls to the wall. Like,
Bro,
see you later,
we've been
Mythic
playing
Plus.
it
We'll be
now,
back.
bro. We've been playing it now, bro.
Yeah.
You think
Yeah.
I'd be walking through Dark Heart Thicket, bro? I wouldn't come back to Dark Heart Thicket, bro. Like, mate, you need to understand, bro.
This is
The
not
boy
Dark
will
Heart.
be. What?
This isn't Dark Arctic.
Blame the other people, man.
I love how you're like playing like 10 times better than you normally play just because you're talking about something not related to the dungeon.
Grapevine.
Bro, this is, mate. This is for some reason. This is me. If I'm on the phone or whatever,
Yeah.
I play better.
I agree. You're actually really good at when you're not paying attention.
And I know that it's not Sanguine Week, and you don't have to do the pool like that.
Sure,
But I
sure.
just wanted to test. I just want to practice it.
Good.
Because why not do it properly if
Grapevine.
So one, I got to give him a shout though, because Jix has been talking about this for a while, but I just didn't, because we were talking about it. I didn't get to read his comment. But like, yeah, he's
Sure.
been, and him and I agree, and I think Faxi and others agree. Like the thing that sucks the most about Classic is that the progression that we make on there doesn't necessarily transfer to our live account. And even though this is a little different than that, it's basically what we've all wanted the whole time. It's an alternative version of the game that's a little bit more authentic, the exploration and leveling elements and, from the ground up progression. We've always wanted that in our game, but we don't want to necessarily play a version of the game that is totally like removed from the account we've spent dozens of years of our life on. And so this sounds like they understand that with this concept, and they're making it for that reason specifically. It is effectively a classic like server, even though it's not going to be classic. It's like a totally removed server, but they're willing to allow everything from that server to transfer over to our main account, which is, if they ever did that in actual classic, like I said, to this day, if they allow me to get the Zul'Gurub Tiger from old ZG in classic, I will be doing ZG every single week in classic. Like that's, you know what I mean? Like, let me know when they do that, because I'm just waiting. Okay, Harry's going for big balls to the wall pull. He doesn't even give a fuck. This is Harry on steroids here. He's not paying attention to the game, so he's going to play like a god. Not going to get hit by that stun that he's standing in. Perfect. He somehow dodges that. This is perfect.
Grapevine.
what you mean?
This is like ultra. I would never even think about doing this. Interrupt the caster. You need to get on the caster. If you're not going to wipe here, you need to stop the caster. Arcanist. Yeah, just lock it down. It's going to start one-shotting people. Dodge the frontal. Okay. Start talking about mop again so you can play better.
I don't know what.
Don't do this is what you're doing. Interrupt the caster. Alright, good.
Where is
It's,
he?
he's dead. There's just so many non-stoppable things happening on this pack that it's almost impossible for people to survive, even on Tyrannical Week.
What, you wouldn't do that?
Never once would I ever do that, no.
Spicy pull.
Yeah, see, and because now you've killed the main guy, but the trash from the previous pack isn't dead yet. So you have the you gotta turn around and get the trash that spawned behind you. That's Harry's secret. Have him host a satire podcast while playing. Yeah, just have him do something different.
I don't wipe here, do I?
No, you're easily surviving this, but The cloak there says it gives extra experience to alternative characters for even faster leveling. Oh, I didn't read that one. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
basically
so
like a bunch of like legendary gems and items that they listed on that post that are like wildly powerful. So we'll see what that means.
Grapevine.
Will you
You know
be able
what,
to
though?
use add-ons on that one? Hopefully we can not do the no add-on thing again. I like add-ons.
I'm the same as the rest of you, where I want, like, playing classic isn't only just about playing classic. It's like I wanted to get things like the Black Proto Drake. Yeah, me and you had a chat about that, Metro.
Yeah.
I nearly got it in Wrath, but I didn't get it. I was missing Undying because I kept dying. So I got that on Wrath, but like I've got a feeling that you're going to be able to bring your Wrath character over to your main account one day.
Yeah. I hope so. I hope so, because that would be... It's too late. They should have did it already, but I hope they will do it eventually.
Grapevine.
But then that just makes everyone upset who didn't go back and get their stuff they wanted.
No, because it's all still there. That's what Classic Era is for.
Yeah, but is there classic TBC?
No, but there doesn't need to be, because almost nothing from TBC and Wrath isn't still in the game. The only thing
Armani
from...
Warfare?
What's that? Yep,
The
that's
Armani
one
Warfare.
thing, and you can get that on the black market auction house. And then the other things from Wrath would be like the Black Proto Drake, like you said. But like those are the only things that aren't, you know. So, but still, like yeah, they should do it. Like that's why I said it's too late. They should have did it before, but they should still do it. Here, what's up, buddy? I'm super pumped about the new mob thing. Sounds like a PoE progression, and I'm all for it. I don't know what that means specifically, but I agree. It sounds more like a Diablo style loot system where, you know, everything that drops is going to be valuable and things are going to drop wildly. I think this is exactly what WoW needs. And no, I mean I know what PoE stands for. I'm just saying I don't know what you mean by that specifically. But regardless, if like I said, if it is as I expect it to be gear wise, this is going to be exactly what I've always wanted from WoW. Turn around and get the mob that's killing your healer. But yeah, this is what I've always wanted from WoW for sure. Was gearing that was more like freeform and open.
3, 2.
That's maybe the weirdest death I've ever seen on this fight. Take that to the boss so it can be cleaved down.
I knew that there was a mob, but I couldn't see it, so I just felt it like it fell through the floor or something.
You do this in League too. It's like if it's not in your immediate plane of vision, you just don't know it exists.
No, but my screen though, man. Time to tell the stream about the screen, bro.
Yeah, all right, tell them
So
about
they
it.
know
3, 2.
that I'm playing on a cinema screen.
Grapevine.
Yeah, he's got an incredibly wide monitor. Does Death Grip not taunt anymore? Yeah, it does. I don't know why that didn't work there. That was also strange. You gripped it, but it didn't taunt to you for some reason.
See, I knew there was something playing against me.
Good thing is soon we will get to see it on the PTR. Yeah, I guess that will because they put the 10.2.7 PTR up, right? Like it's on the launcher.
Grapevine.
Do you know what though? It's a good thing for people that like PvE because Plunderstorm is purely PvP. So like the PvEers are getting their thing now, you know?
Yep, this is a purely PvE thing, it sounds like, yeah.
Like, wow, man, what a time, bro.
This is really exciting. I'm like trying to stay calm about it, but it's like this might be one of the most exciting announcements I've ever heard. Because I've always wanted a purely PvE solo type thing like that I can do and use as like a drop off for challenges, you know? This is what I've always wanted from the game. Like, I love the end game content. I love Mythic Plus. I love Blood DK and hard content. But, like, frankly, there's more to the game than just dungeons. And it feels like they actually are... Man, I'm just trying not to get overhyped about it, but this is awesome.
No, because I know you, and I know... You know?
Yeah.
I know, innit? I know what you like. I know, like, this is like... This is going to be mad for you. This is going to be
sounds
a
like
new
it's
patch.
exactly... And especially if the classes are the same as they are now, there are so many classes I would want to play in that type of environment. But the current leveling challenges that I have available to me are not interesting. Like, that's pretty much why I stopped doing the channel at all. And so, like, if it's truly what I think it is, then it is going to be like a golden era for WoW for me. Like, I'm probably not going to log out this.
So
Like,
what's your take, Metro, on the fact that it's only part-time?
well, we don't know that for sure. They did not actually explicitly say that, I don't think.
Said for a specific amount of time you'll be able to.
Did they? I mean, I definitely don't expect it to be there permanently, but they didn't, like, say it like this is only going to be here for 6 weeks, I don't think. But yeah, it probably is, so. I mean, I don't care. I'm like, that's fine. I don't, you know, if it's 6 weeks again, I mean, that's a lot. I don't think I can play it for 6 weeks straight and enjoy it that much, so.
But have you got some hope that maybe they do another expansion?
Yeah, I mean, why would they stop? Like, that's what I'm asking, like, anybody, like, any open-ended question. Why MOP? Does it have something to do with the Chinese thing? That's maybe most logical, considering they just announced that, too. Does it have something to do with classics, like progression, like I said, where they had MOP planned, but now they decide to shelve it, and this is them doing that instead?
That makes more sense. I'll be honest, the fact that they shelved MOP makes probably the most sense out of it all.
Okay.
Even though I don't want to believe it. Like, why don't they start with something like TBC and then?
Yeah, why would they start with MOP? Yeah.
But why does it matter where they start? It's you're
just
revisiting old content.
I just try to think about the dev mindset. Like, hey, we have this really cool idea. Where's it going to take place? You know, that decision had to be made, and it was chosen to be MOP. It wasn't, they didn't just flip a coin and choose MOP. Obviously, it was an intentional decision. So I always try to think, why? Like, why did they choose MOP? And to me, you know, the reasons are, there's more than one reason, I think. So we'll see. I think MOP is modern enough to be challenging for retail players, but not too recent to feel like a repeat. I mean, yeah, it doesn't sound like it's going to be the same content, though. So I don't know if that's the number one relevant element of it, but.
So I think maybe if they were giving the challenge mode sets, that might have been a big part of it.
That could be it.
We've got to bring these challenge mode things back, but we've got to make it make sense.
That could be it too, because this has been feedback they've been hearing for years, like since Legion announced the time walking or the Mage Tower thing going away. That's been constant feedback about the challenge mode sets and all this stuff being removed.
So, like, maybe that might even have been part of the chat.
Yeah.
Yo, we've got to bring these sets back. We can't bring them back in the shop, even though we'd love to and make money off them. How can we go about bringing them back? And they're probably like, why don't we add them in dungeons, like more recent dungeons, time walking? And they thought, oh, do you know what I'm saying? That's probably what's happened. They're probably, when they've brought the sketch board, you know, the brainstorm together on how to bring these sets back. They've come up with this somehow, and they've probably come up with something that's more better than just like
just
they've
straight up returning them.
The sets. Yeah, they've like you know, understand what I mean anyway.
Yeah, they came up with a version 2 of this idea, and this is it. So is that really nice?
It's like an idea spawned another idea, which.
Yep. 3, 2, 1.
Grapevine.
Imagine the backlash after we get the account rewards, then MOP Classic comes out and we get nothing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not even thinking about MOP Classic because like this whole thing is far more interesting to me. But yeah, either way.
People that play MOP Classic are still gonna get, because there's people that want to experience MOP the same as it launched. You know, there are people out there that
like the class design and stuff, and the fact that there'd be no evokers and shit. Yeah.
So I still think that, like, no matter what, I still think there's a world for MOP Classic, because look how many times we've had vanilla shoved down our throat.
Right.
hardcore, self-fan, hardcore this, hardcore that, season of discovery. Like,
Wait for the paladin. Sorry, but yeah, I
there's,
agree. I totally agree.
do you know what I'm saying?
I agree with the algorithm also, though. He says, I don't think Blizzard long term wants to have two different retails as Classic gets into modern expansions. Yeah, and I think like Jix said before, like the Classic team is very small. I think he's right about that, and I think like they're not gonna be able to like once the expansions start getting more and more complex, it's gonna be harder for that small team to actually manage them. Like if you're talking about Legion and Classic, it's like that expansion has a lot of moving parts, so it's probably not something they can just re-release as is and everything goes well, you know?
Or what you think, Legion Classic?
Yeah, like if they did a Legion Classic, they would need to change how the artifacts work and how the Azerite power works and all that, or whatever artifact power works, and like they're not gonna allow you to farm Maw of Souls for 15 hours a day. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna make changes to it, and it's just too complicated of an expansion for that small team to actually make changes to.
2, 1.
Especially if retail was going well for them. If retail was going really well at the time, then why? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
But I've still got hope for Legion Classic anyway, because I would really like it.
Meld them together by having modern classics actually in retail client via limited time experiences, and then have SOG and Classic Plus as its own thing. Yeah, that's what I said this from the get go. They should have never made separate classic servers. It should have just been like this. But nobody knew they had the tech for it at the time, so the discussion never went anywhere. Like it was just instantly brushed off. Like lol, they can't do that kind of thing, you know? But if they just did that from the get-go, this would have solved so... Like, think about all the fucking space on your computer being taken up by these different clients. You know what I mean? Like, this is the solution to that. It's elegant, it's clever, it's very unique, and it's the future of Blizzard, I feel like.
Grapevine.
I'm not a big fan of leveling, but I'm all about mounts and transmogs, so I'm very excited, and the currency drops from everything. Right, well, this is what I'm saying, Faxi. Like, it sounds to me like leveling is not really a leveling thing. Like, leveling in modern WoW is you going through a bunch of content that you're not necessarily that interested in doing, just so you can get to the content that you are interested in doing. But in this version of the game, it sounds like everything you might be interested in doing at max level in normal Mists of Pandaria is just going to be there during leveling. So it's basically like a Diablo-style system where Paragon leveling is just the normal leveling system on top of what you have already, and all the content's accessible. You know what I mean? And like it's just, oh, you eventually get levels. Okay, you know what I mean? Like who cares? Like what is the purpose of leveling? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like why is there even leveling if all the content is accessible while you level up? I don't know.
3, 2.
Also, we had no Demon Hunters or Evokers in Mob. Can we play them there? It sounds like you would be able to, yeah. But who knows?
Oh, what, you reckon? No. Do you reckon?
Well, if it's, I don't know. It seems to me, it seems to me like you'd be able to play all of the clients' classes.
Nah,
in there.
bro. Bro, that'd be a harder thing to do than what they're doing. Add the old class, the new classes to the old.
2.
Surely. I don't even know, bro. Who knows anymore? Bruv, I'll log on Wowhead, yeah, and I couldn't even guess what's next. You know, like that's the maddest thing.
Yeah, you're right. I totally agree.
Like, if you said to me, guess they're doing something in Mists of the Pandaria, guess what they're gonna do? Yeah, before this announcement.
Never
You
would have
think
guessed.
I would have guessed what they're?
Never.
You think I would have guessed that?
Never once, yeah.
Grapevine.
Do you know what I'm saying? So like, who knows what they're gonna do?
Yeah.
Who knows that? No one knows. We don't know. I don't know.
Not
You
me.
know, bruv. All I know is I'm strapping in because, mate, this month I've got Kata free patch. Next month I've got Kata. The month after that I've got this mist thing. Like,
3,
after that I've
2,
got
1.
whatever's next. Like, I've always, like, bro, like,
Sure.
yeah, bro.
Season 4 and then the expansion. Like, there's so much happening in the next 5 or 6 months, it sounds like. Yeah.
And even season 4 itself.
Yep.
is big.
Yeah.
For the likes of me and you, Mythic Plus, we're getting all them dungeons. Basically, essentially getting all new dungeons.
2, 1.
Well, for you, yeah, especially because you never did them, right?
I didn't do them, so I'm getting all new dungeons to
Yeah.
play. But even you didn't. It's not like you're doing this Dark Art Thicket again, you know?
Right. Yep.
Like, how many times, bro? How many times have you done this Dark Art Thicket? Bro?
Yeah. This Dark Card thing.
Like-
I've done this dungeon Dark Card thing so many times now.
Do you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
like, maybe you're excited to play the new dungeons. If I know you.
Oh, I am definitely excited. Those are some of my favorite dungeons for sure. Like Azure Vaults, and yeah, I'm really excited to go back to those ones again.
But we should have called this. We should have called this the minute when they made it so you can level through any expansion at any rate. We should have called this was going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, that you're right. The technology was there from the ground up.
Am I like? Have I done something?
You kind of tank him in a really bad spot here.
Grapevine.
That glaive that gets thrown out, it bounces off the wall and comes back. So
Oh.
you having him right next to the wall, I mean, the glaive just kept bouncing over and over again. You see it bouncing back there? It's just going back and forth.
That's the first thing I asked you about this
Yeah.
run.
Yeah, just like Lawnmower the Druid. Oh, and he's dead again.
What?
Yeah, somebody just said in the chat, a Druid healer in the last boss will be spicy. I've never seen one that can survive the first bolt cast to end. That's exactly what happened. But yeah, the WoW player is so split right now. There's 5 versions of WoW. But I think, you know, I definitely would not have wanted them to do it this way because of that problem. But I do think different versions of WoW are now so unique that it's attracting different audiences. And all 5 games, if you want to say there's 5, there's definitely not. But if you want to say that there's this many different versions of the games, they're all growing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, for years, there was this, like, prevailing notion that the game's dying a slow, bleeding death. And that does not, like, I do not feel like that at all anymore. You know what I mean? It feels like all games are popping off and they're all growing, they're all getting new player bases, and they're all unique enough that you could say, like, oh, this is my main game now, I'm going to switch to this. Like I said, I play Classic a ton, even though it's not the one that Blizzard makes. I play Retail a ton, I do Mythic Plus a ton, I level a ton, I get achievements, I get mounts, I get all these different things. But now that they're adding, like, even new ways to play the game, like Plunger Storm and the Pandaria Classic thing, like, what the fuck, man? Like, there's so many different ways to play the game now. It doesn't even matter if the player base is segmented. Classic Druid healers, they never press bear form. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. And I constantly have this...
1.
What's that?
Grapevine.
Do I wipe this or do I?
No,
solo
you
save?
can solo save this in 7 minutes, I think. You will not... I will not see this fight going well again. Battle Res is not up right now, Anish, no. But anyway,
Who would you battle res when the battle res comes up?
just Rat Pally. He's the only one who's going to be able to survive for any long amount of time. Listen, when you get the bugs, you have to try to AMS. Use it now, AMS. You used it. Okay, cool. All right. Nope, you didn't use it. Fuck. All right. These bugs are going to stun you. It's not that big of a deal. It's just going to slow your DPS down. But it can be a big deal in the other phase when you have the time you need to run. At that point, when that phase happens, you need to use Icebound Fortitude. But not now. But I'll tell you when to use it, okay? But yeah.
3, 2.
He said just wipe.
These guys want you to wipe, but I don't think this is the right call. This guy looks like he has a lot of health, but he's dying very fast, even with just you. I think you have a higher chance of timing it with just you, but it's hard to be sure because I don't know how much damage he's taking. And yeah, obviously if you wipe, it's likely the guy's just going to die again, so...
3.
Finally, the authentic Blood DK experience, yep.
Grapevine.
Alright, you can just kill the ad. Just finish killing the ad, and then you won't be stunned in this phase. Alright, good. You don't have to worry about it now. But if that ad is out in this phase, he will constantly chain stun you, and you will die to this dance. So if that happens, just save Icebound Fortitude for it so he can't stun you, and then you'll survive.
Yeah.
But next time the phase starts, be ready to AMS when he does, like, right now. AMS. Okay, this should not go on you now, I think. No, it still goes on you. Alright, forget it.
2, 1.
Just be careful to not get slept by those clouds, especially if the ad is stunning you. Yeah, you will definitely kill this in 5 minutes. In a minute and a half, you've already done over 10 million damage, so yeah, you're good. These people are so fucking stupid. Do you guys see what they're typing? We might miss the timer if you don't wipe it.
3.
Are you looking at the screen, you fucking idiots?
Break Run.
You've done 25 million damage in a minute and a half. Yeah, you definitely want to wipe this. These guys saying 40 million in 5 minutes. Bro, what are you... Oh my god. Swarm is physical damage. Yeah, but I thought maybe putting the dot on you. All right. Oh wait, when did you use Iceborne?
3, 2, 1.
What the fuck? Did you not listen to what I just said? Press AMS right now. AMS. Oh my god, you're gonna die. Harry, I told you how to survive the phase.
I battle res the paladin. He didn't take it.
No, you needed to save Icebound.
I don't remember using that, bro.
Wow. That's really unfortunate. That's hard to watch.
Really.
Okay.
Why didn't the paladin take the reds?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. You were gonna wipe there anyway. Sorry, I jinxed it. I don't know how that. I don't know. That's why he's called hard to carry Harry, I guess. Literally step by step and telling you how to do something and don't do it. The steps I'm giving you. That's crazy.
You shall never have our world. 3, 2, 1.
Break Run.
Turn away.
That was gonna be like a crowning achievement. I was gonna be, look, Harry has actually played Blood DK at every level now. He's seen the group trying to get him to wipe when we know we can solo save it. And then that.
I don't know where I used Icebound Fortitude, bro. Like,
Guess you fat fingered it when you press AMS. Somebody said you used them both at the same time by accident.
oh, there you go.
3, 2, 1.
Break Run.
The time in his face. Yeah, I don't think we should have fucking. I think we should have solo saved it. What do you guys think? Another way is to single target swarm and kill it. Yeah, but you don't need to as a Blood DK. That's my point. If you Icebound and AMS, you won't get stunned. So.
Well.
Might be your biggest fumble yet.
What?
That's
What
pretty
do you
bad.
mean?
Bro, it's like you had the prize on a mantle in front of you, and I told you just walk forward and pick it up, and you stepped backwards and fell. That's what you did. Like, instead of going forward, you walked backwards and tripped. That's the equivalent. Like, literally all you had to do was just Icebound when I told you to Icebound, and you would have upgraded that key. But you used the
No
spell by
way.
accident or something like that. I don't even know. And you wiped because of it. That's it. It's as simple as it gets.
May I have a word with you?
7 minutes left. I would wipe it rather than solo save. No way. That's retarded. They just proved they can't do the fight. The druid died twice on the encounter. Why would you try it again with them? When you know you can kill it in that 7 minutes, why would you do it again with them? Resetting that only guarantees that you have one more shot for the guy to fail. But not resetting it guarantees that you will upgrade the key. So why would you choose the other one?
May.
That's Blood DK in a nutshell. There, you've now seen what it can do. So
Yeah.
that's pretty
You,
funny though.
to solo save a 21 though, you've got to have knowledge of your class.
You do. I told you the knowledge.
Like, you're like Yoda on my back, and I'm like you Skywalker.
Right. That's exactly right.
You know?
It is a very, very good example, other than you're not the main character.
Yeah, pretty much. But I fat fingered it, man.
Yep.
Them mistakes do happen.
It's not even a controversial opinion. It's just wrong. If you want to upgrade the key, you don't wipe it there. There's no reason to wipe it there. The only question at the beginning of it was whether or not he can do 55 million damage on that fight in 7 minutes. And I wasn't sure the answer to that because of how much damage you get to do on that fight. But as soon as we saw that he did 25 million in a minute and a half, okay, obviously you don't wipe, you know what I mean? But these guys in the chat, in the group's chat, are still like, you should wipe. Well, we might not upgrade it if you don't wipe. Like, they thought that you were just trying not to wipe or something. Like, it's like, what? No, he knows what he's doing. Obviously, you should solo save this. But then the blunder.
Yeah.
What's wrong with Druid there? Can't they go into bear form? Welcome to Resto Druid. I mean, like, I don't know how much more evidence we need that the people who play Resto Druid are, like, wildly unskilled compared to the people who play other classes. It's just so strange. Like, the kit actually has so many different tools in it. It's probably the strongest kit in the game for a healer right now. And somehow you get guys like that. Some people might not actually know how hard it hits. I ran with a lot of groups that don't know. Exactly. That's my point. But we do know, so no reason to chance it. That's why you solo save that there. I'm sure it sucks as a DPS to be sitting there watching your tank do the dungeon for you and guarantee the upgrade for you. But it's like, just check the ego and get the upgrade.
Mate, just sit back, mate, and
Right.
get your carry.
Just
bro.
like we were talking about in League this morning. Yeah.
Mate, like,
There was a
I would
guy
sit
who was
back
like,
and get my carry.
the guy was like 15-0, and he was just like roaming and doing whatever the fuck he wanted, and he wasn't being cohesive. And Harry was saying, like, a lot of low elo league games, people are going to be mad at this guy for not doing what you expect him to do. But he's literally carrying the group. He's basically like soloing the other team. So just sit back and enjoy the carry. Like, you don't need to get on his case and make him play worse. And that's pretty much what those guys did, even though Harry's going to make him his own mistakes no matter what. Those guys, like, spamming wipe when it's clearly a bad call is just going to make the guy play worse, and you're going to end up risking failure.
It's true.
TGM says, I just got here. What happened? All right, TLDR, they had an easy upgrade ahead of them. 0 mistakes in Blackrock Hold. They get to the last boss with like 12 minutes left. The Resto Druid dies twice, which was predicted by a stream chatter. He dies twice on the fight, and we have no more battle reses. Eventually, all the DPS start dying to attrition. There's 7+ minutes left. The boss is at like 55 million health, which sounds like a really high amount, but the boss allows you to do, like, I think it's like 5 times, maybe 10 times more damage. And the group is all dead, screaming at him to wipe. And I'm telling him, do not fucking wipe. You will kill this in 7 minutes easily. I just told him the only way you're going to die is if you get stunned in the phase with the purple beam. So make sure you save AMS and Icebound Fortitude for it.
2 seconds toilet while you explain it.
Okay. And he didn't do it. He accidentally fat-fingered Icebound Fortitude in the other phase, I guess. He doesn't know why he used it. He doesn't claim to have used it on purpose, so. And then he wiped. Get ready for a lot more Resto Druid next season. I mean, dude, if it's anything like Season 4 of Shadowlands, Season 4 of Dragonflight is going to be just content, like 4 hours of content. So stay tuned. Like, if you guys did not watch this channel in Season 4 of Shadowlands, you should probably stop watching this and go watch those streams instead, because they are just like, watching people do Upper Karazhan in Season 4 of Shadowlands was like watching a blind person try to put a puzzle together. It was absolutely insane. Like, I've never seen people make more mistakes in any one situation than I have in that dungeon in Shadowlands. It's pretty wild. I think at this point of the game, doing 20s with pugs with low IO that don't have high level experience just don't know how to use defensives. This is not just druid healers. Nah, it is like absolutely like unbelievably high proportion of druid healers are in this boat where nobody is using the kit they have access to. Now, you might be accurately describing something tangential to this where other healers are also not doing it, and you are probably right, but the problem is Resto Druid's kit is what makes them good. Like, a Resto Shaman not using Cap Totem does not make them bad. You know what I mean? But a Resto Druid whose entire defensive ability to survive is based on going bear form here and there, not doing that and then dying, that makes them bad. You know what I mean? Like, it's the way the spec works. So if you're going to play the spec and you're not going to use all the utility that they have and the different stuff they have to keep them alive and be effective, then you're basically not playing a spec. You're basically just like some, you know, you're just getting carried. You're just throwing hots out. That's all they ever do. They don't use any of the spells that make Druid strong. So it's a real big issue. You ever see Holy Priest not use any defensives? I mean, Holy Priest doesn't have defensives. That's my point. That's exactly my point. If Holy Priest had bear form, it would be a whole different story. But like, you're expecting Holy Priest to be squishy because they don't have defensive CDs. So them not using CDs is normal because they don't have any crazy defensive CDs to use. It'd be like Rep Pal constantly dying with bubble up. Like, you know, these expectations that they have set on them are why they're supposed to be good. And if you don't have those things happening, then they're just really, really, really bad. They're more bad than any other spec because of it. As I said a few days ago, Resto Druid is a moron magnet. It's just really weird. I don't know why people play the spec if this is how they operate. I don't really get it. Like, it's like such a powerful, high skill cap spec, and people just come in and have zero interest in exploring it, it seems. I played Resto Druid in Season 1. The first time someone said, "Why didn't you go bear?" when I got the Lance on the last boss in Not Good, never made that mistake again. Yeah, bear form is like the most broken defensive CD in the game. Because it's free. It doesn't cost anything. It doesn't have a cooldown. You can use it whenever you want. It costs 1 global. That's it. It's easy to be bad at Resto Druid. Right, that's, yeah, exactly. Pretty crazy. But anyway, that wasn't really that guy's fault. I mean, I guess it kind of was, but still. Holy Priests are tankier without them. What do you mean? I think it's because of how hard Resto Druid mastery scaling can carry you. If you just spam hots nonstop, you won't even realize what's missing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the healing element of it is not, I don't know. Yeah, we've talked about this so much, but
Yo, sorry.
welcome back.
What are you saying?
That's very interesting. Yeah, so like a Holy Priest just has passives for their defense, whereas a Resto Druid is expected to be using their actual spells. So a Resto Druid that doesn't use their spells is the least tanky of any healer. That's a very interesting way to put it. I agree, because they're leather, first of all, which makes them more vulnerable to physical damage. And of course the spells they have are meant to make up for it, just like a bear tank. Like, that'd be like a bear tank who's not in bear form, right? Like, yeah, you're just gonna get destroyed, so. All right, what is this, 20 throne?
20 throne, yeah. That I
Cool.
need. Oh.
What?
Oh, well, yes.
You have a 14 tyrannical, this is gonna give 1,000,000 points if you upgrade it.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Druid healer is good. It's just so many people play wrong. It's very good. Like, if people played it to its maximum effort, I would say it's probably the best healer in the game right now. I'm not even sure I would say that, like, with hesitation. I think I would say that it's not even close. But it's just like, somehow it's insanely difficult for people to play, even people who play it as their mains. Alright, so this would normally be, now that we have an easy trash week, I would want to see you pull this whole hallway here.
Oh, what, this whole way?
Yeah, just keep going.
Grapevine.
Unfortunately, you gripped the non-caster, so. Turtle WoW TV. Not sure if you've seen it, but 10.2.7 is a blog post saying it's a remix of Mop. I saw it, yes. Me and Harry did a, a pretty long conversation on it. Very, very excited, and I really hope it's what it sounds like it is, because I'm really looking forward to some
Grapevine.
potential leveling challenges to be done on there. It's like 1 of 10. Yeah, it's the same with Fire Mage. 1 of 10 to get a Fire Mage that does any kind of DPS. It's probably a little bit of a different problem. I think a lot of people are getting tricked into playing that spec, not because... Like, it's a different reason than Resto Druid. Like we were saying, like, Resto Druid can be an effective healer without being good at the spec.
Grapevine.
But Fire Mage cannot be an effective DPS without being good at the spec. So those people who are getting tricked into playing Fire Mage because they think it's the best, they don't understand that they're basically just putting a fucking shackle on their hip and diving into a pool of water. You know what I mean? Like, they have no hope. At least a Resto Druid who doesn't know how to use their kit can heal and be effective as a healer. But saying this is coming out in 10.2.7, so in 2 weeks. Oh no. 10.2.7 isn't even on the PTR yet. 2 weeks is the season, which is already in, like, that's 10.2.6. So we have that patch ready. 10.2.7 is going to be like another whole patch. I can see why you're confused a bit, because this is a very confusing time for WoW, with like patches not bringing seasons and seasons coming out like random times and Plunder Storm and all. Like, yeah, you can't really even tell what's happening anymore with the game's development. But all right, this is gonna stop moving so much. This is gonna hit really hard when you hear the sound. Get ready for a big death strike. You need runic power to do it. Okay, good. You parried both, it looks like, so you're laughing, as they say.
3, 2,
I'm over the moon.
1.
There you go.
Bruv,
Grapevine.
we took the whole...
Yep.
The pools the teammates want to see.
Yeah, this is good. You're looking a lot more confident on the spec now. That's not the pull you want to see, though. Okay, it's like Black Root Hold again. AMS?
What?
This, you're dying here, 100%.
1.
Try to stop the casters, at least. If you can lock down the casters, you might be able to survive this.
Nah.
Anyway, I did a key with a Fire Mage in 24 Everbloom. Died 2x to the last boss, plus add during each frontal. AoE, absolutely no defensives used. Brick the key. Right. What the hell was that?
What?
I just saw Riot Games on the screen. Was that you or me?
That was you, that wasn't me, man.
Oh, really? Okay. He got cocky, yep. That is like, that never gonna work. Too many casters in these rooms up here. Kill some stuff at least? Yeah, I guess so. Grip these out. That'd be a Demon Hunter only pull. Even then, I'd... yeah, maybe a Demon Hunter could handle it. Just like gathering all the mobs together was hard enough. Rune Weapon?
3, 2, 1.
You can just fight those now and there since there's only 3 left. Fight them, and then whenever the Ravager aggros, we'll be fine with it. I think I just CC'd one, okay. I think
Not
this
the
is the
CC
hardest.
you want to see.
No. I think this is the hardest dungeon to tank. I would say so because there's a lot of tank breakers on the trash, and On top of that, there's a lot of patrolling and areas of the dungeon that you have to be really critical about what you pull as a tank. Most dungeons are they have like almost no patrolling or any thought process in when things can get pulled. Mage is a class where if you know exactly what the damage is coming, you're super tanky, but if you don't plan around it, you'll fall over. Right, yeah. High skill cap on Fire Mage defense as well. Mage
Never
is
been
actually very
interested
hard
in
to learn.
mage.
Yeah, probably. What'd you say?
I've never been interested in mage.
3,
Oh, no?
2, 1.
Nah.
Grapevine.
Can't wait for the next season with the key scaling. Hopefully you won't have people skipping 2 to 3 key levels before you think they're ready for it. Yeah, hopefully that's going to be like the best part about it. It's going to really like force people to learn from level 1, you know, from like the second they start doing Mythic Plus, they'll be forced to learn.
3, 2,
You ready for the dogs coming in?
Grapevine.
Century, what's up, buddy? Welcome. Those dogs are particularly dangerous this week because they also do bursting.
Oh, I see. They burst. Them man burst, bruv.
Yep. Bear burst and
Do we
that.
need to pull this?
Yes.
Wait, I need to. Oh, that.
What happened there?
I went to pop one of these while I was running in and I couldn't. Paper tank.
When season 4 starts, we'll probably have more good players in the group finder. You would hope that, like I said, it would force people to be more skilled from the ground up. Yeah, and that's what we need. What do you think about them moving the third affix to 20 equivalent next season? I mean, most affixes aren't fun, but I think that's going to cause a shit show when trying for portals. I don't even, like... Yeah, I don't know. Low keys don't even exist to me, so outside of the videos I do on them, I wouldn't even think about them. If you're not trying to do 20s as soon as the season starts, then I don't know what your thought process is anyway, so I can't really comment. Rune, you gotta get bone shielded. Resto Shaman Pumping just had one do 93k overall. Yeah, they're really good damage-wise. Don't forget about the other pack you still need over there.
3,
It's actually crazy how much the gear has helped you, though. Like, these situations where you're losing threat, you're just gaining it back without even taunting. That's all gear.
Yeah.
Whereas before you had to actually accurately deal threat to different targets to keep them.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, what was this top damage, Sky Tide? Was it Acid Rain or Lightning Bolt or Chain Lightning, I mean, or what?
Three, two, one.
Do Resto Shaman still run Acid Rain? I mean, if you're going to do 93k overall as a healer, you're probably going to need a spell that does big AoE, I imagine. Something tells me the portals we already have must not be that useful next season. I think a lot of runs will disband like season 4 of Shadowlands. What do you mean must not be that useful? I can see a lot of disbands too, but not necessarily for that reason. I mean, you use them once and then you have to wait to complete a dungeon. Oh yeah, you're just talking about disband. Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. It's gonna be like that for sure. Season 4s are always a wild mess. Like, we just had somebody, I guess it was somebody who was talking to Turd Ferguson before. He said he's not going to play Season 4 because the gear he's going to get from it is just going to get replaced by questing greens in War Within.
3, 2,
It's like,
What?
why
Makes
would,
no sense.
what does that have to do with the season? That's the only reason you play the season is to get gear? What does that mean? Like, just a lot of weirdos. The Season
make no
4,
sense.
and there's a lot of people out there who think like, we're getting Season 4 instead of another raid tier. This is unfair. It's just like, it always traps a lot of weird people into conversations that they don't have any
But look what
understanding
we're getting to the side.
of. Yeah, at this point, if you're still making that claim,
Like-
you're fucking crazy. But regardless.
Like,
Yeah.
2, 1.
Grapevine.
I understand it back in the day. I could understand it, but now, no way, bro. Because, bruv, I'm finding it hard to play everything at the minute.
Yeah.
I'm finding it hard to make time for Plunderstorm and Hardcore and Season of Discovery is what I'm struggling with most. I can't get on there because I just ain't got time
Yeah.
with everything else.
To be honest, I wasn't replacing Season 4 stuff until like level 68 quest rewards. Right, well that's why I said in the comment, I was like, that's just a noob. Because if you actually played in Season 4 of Shadowlands, you know that those pieces of gear did not get replaced until you're almost max level in Shadowlands. And of course, the Jailer's weapon was unbelievably strong and the whole fucking way. Like, you know what I mean? So, stuff like that was like not... It's just obviously those players never played seriously, but regardless, it's just Season 4 epidemic where people get trapped into these weird conversations. It's always like that. It was like that in BFA into Shadowlands. Like, the end of expansion gear is usually like 50 item levels higher than the beginning of the expansion gear.
3, 2,
So you have to
1.
at least get to 70 before you replace every item. And on top of that, the items have enchants and stuff on them as well, so they're usually way more powerful. I'd definitely rather have a whole new raid, but it is, if it's faded over the same raid for a full year, I'll take faded. Yeah, that's exactly, like, yeah. Obviously, if Blizzard was capable of making a 4th season with all new content, they would have done it. But they don't do that because they want to work on the next expansion instead.
3, 2, 1.
Grapevine.
They nerfed the Jailer weapon like halfway through my leveling. I think I'm wrong about the Jailer weapon. I'm pretty sure the Jailer weapon actually stopped working at 65 or something like that, but maybe even as like 62 or something. I remember not using it for very long in terms of its actual on use. I read that as farted instead of faded. No, it's faded, yeah.
3, 2.
It stopped working at 65, okay.
Grapevine.
I don't think anyone wants to repeat Siege of Orgrimmar for 18 months ever again. Yeah, exactly. 3 expansions in a row. Wrath. Well, actually 4 probably, yeah. Wrath, Kata, Mop, and Wad were all extremely long end tiers. Perfect. You're really learning the dungeons a lot better now. Stay by the lights. Hunter doesn't know him yet. He's getting there. At least nobody died, then released and had to do it again, like last week. We had multiple people die there and then release and try to do it a second time instead of just stay dead and release when it was open down here. What was that, TNT?
3, 2,
AMS? That's a lot of magic damage here.
Grapevine.
Slappy hand's good. I would have preferred they mix up the dungeons rather than running Dragonflight dungeons again. That's what every other season was. So it's actually kind of smart how they did it. Even though I don't really agree with them doing it this way, this is actually very smart for them to do it this way. Because, like, I think everybody wanted to see all 8 Dragonflight dungeons in the first season. That was an overwhelmingly loud feedback that people were giving.
3,
But if they did that, and then they wanted every dungeon to go away each season, they wouldn't have been able to do a season 4. Unless they just never used the Dragonflight dungeons again, you know? Because even if they all went away in season 2, then they would have to all come back in season 3, or just not be present anywhere. And then if they did come back in season 3, then they wouldn't have been able to use for season 4. So this is actually like a way smarter way that they handled the Dragonflight dungeons than I probably would have given them credit for out of the gate.
3, 2, 1.
I want to experience those dungeons without thundering. Yeah, they're going to be wildly different. Like Ruby Life Pools and Knockout are going to be wildly different without thundering. That was an interesting mistake. You got stuck on the coral.
Yeah.
Alright, we can pull the next 2 up here as well. Go ahead and grab those. You need to death grip those individually.
3,
Good.
2, 1.
Instincts are getting a lot better, Harry. I have to say, I'm really impressed.
Yeah. I done this, bro. I done so much of this, man.
Oh, yeah, you did do this a lot last week, right? Let's get Bone Shield up. Those instincts aren't getting better, though, unfortunately. Will we see the return of Pringle smoking the bowl in Ruby Life Pools? Nah, that guy's probably gone by now. Alright, so last week I wouldn't have advised this, but this week we're going to do it. You're going to establish straight on these 2, and then you're going to taunt one of those mobs in front of you into this pack.
1.
So make sure you have full threat on these. Now turn around and get the other one. Having trouble with that part, I guess. Somebody else is going to do it for you, I guess. Sounds good. Ready with slappy hands. Rune weapons up. AMS is up. Mobs hit like a truck. Yeah, they're pretty hard, but it's tyrannical, so we're good.
Grapevine.
Vamp blood's up. Okay, while they're rezzing, type in the chat, don't kill Totem. Totem. Great. I'll show you how to do this too. Every time the totem spawns, you're going to drag him away from it. Oh, you're good. And we're going to try to rotate the CDs. So we always have something up for that. So the first thing is going to be Rune Weapon. I'll tell you when. Jay, what's up, buddy? Welcome. Okay, Rune Weapon now. And keep him where he is. You don't need to move him at all.
3, 2, 1.
Dodging the Earth Fury on the ground. This phase he can't attack you, so this is like a reprieve. Go ahead and Vamp Blood now. AMS as well. And just don't overspend Runic Power, because there might be a time where he hits you really hard that you need to get a big death strike. Let's use Lichborn now. Keep pressing the E button to keep Bone Shield high. We're going to die because of Bone Shields. Keep Bone Shield, keep Bone Shield. Stop using Heart Strike, use Bone Shields. Dodging Earth Fury. Keep getting Bone Shield until you get above 10. Rune Weapons up, use it. Okay. Let's use Slappy Hands now.
3, 2, 1.
And the phase is over. Vamp Blood AMS. You ready to dodge the fear? Stuck on Coral again. Story of your life here.
Forgive me. I have grown too weak to be of any assistance.
Alright, so you're coming out of the split with 12 minutes. This is extremely good. There's one further thing that I haven't taught you about in this dungeon that is pretty useful later on. The final pack of trash, the Gill Goblin pack, that can actually be skipped, and we don't need them for count. It's a very, very hard thing to skip, though, so you'll probably never actually do it. But it is something that if you do the dungeon and you see somebody ask about it, that's why. Because you're technically over count here. There's only one pack of trash that you can ever skip in this dungeon. It's either that pack or the pack that you were talking about potentially skipping in the second boss room area. I've tried to skip that multiple times. It's extremely likely that somebody aggroes it. So it's just not worth it. Because it can get aggroed during the boss encounter. Run up there. No, just run up there. You need the elemental. Okay, good plant right there. It's good. Pamphlet, good. Tombstone as well is up. You want to try, like, see those casters in the back?
Grapevine.
You wanted to basically pull the elemental on top of them so we don't have all these mobs split up like this. Bone shield. I think what's tricky, this is a problem for me too when I play DK. Like, you're looking at the mob, or you're looking at the spells being lit up, right? And you see Bone Shield's lit up, but then you see it's not lit up, and you see Heart Strike's lit up. So use Heart Strike. But that is not how DK works. Like, the spells do not share a CD or something. They just both cost runes. And one only costs 2 runes, where the other one costs 1. So if you see Heart Strike up and Bone Shield not up, or Merowyn not up, that means you overused Heart Strike. That's like the way to look at it. Careful, that's not... Okay. You've gotten a little too confident. Use you definitely need blinding sleep. You're good.
2, 1.
Try to interrupt them if you can. Alright, you're gonna get away with that. That is definitely not a pull you'd ever want to do ever. Wait for the hunter. He's gonna need help to get here because of the mobs respawning. Go backwards and get that stuff off him so he doesn't die to threat.
3, 2.
Oh, he's invisible.
stealth.
Alright. Yeah, forget it. My bad call. Alright, you gotta kill these before you fight the next pack, though, because these mobs will put a debuff on you that's gonna wipe you on that pack. Alright, you're good. That debuff that you currently have, it's about to expire. It puts a stacking damage taken, shadow damage taken thing on you. And that's what this swell does. It does tons of shadow damage. So that's why this hallway is so difficult, because those mobs that die, they put that debuff on you, and then you end up having mad damage taken here. This gauntlet will not be missed in 2 weeks. Yeah, this is probably the worst actual part of any Mythic Plus dungeon right now, so... And just make sure you don't pull this boss until everybody's like ready, because this is one of the harder bosses in the game right now. You don't want to walk in with these stacks on either. Oh my, did you guys just see what that guy asked? He goes, should I use Bloodlust on pull or for second phase? Wow.
As I purify the waters, the servants of the
Alright, just make sure you're tanking it away, facing it away, and then not leaving melee range under any circumstances.
Grapevine.
The waters are cleansed, drinking their power.
Here comes the ads. You'll need to gather these. Try to focus on gathering the caster. Definitely do not get hit by that swirl. Focus on gathering the casters and then interrupting them. Now, gotta gather the rest too. Those guys are gonna die to melee. You can't let those guys just get meleeed the whole time.
3, 2.
Second phase bloodlust for sure.
Grapevine.
I just like, what are you talking about? The phase lasts like 15 seconds and it's not even a phase. Like, the boss just gets killed. That's crazy.
Drinking their power.
Move. Alright, get ready to gather. Try not to overuse Blood Boil. I think that's why you're having trouble gathering these. You basically don't want to use Blood Boil there until all 5 are stacked to make sure you hit them all with it.
3,
Watch the swirls. Good. Every time those sludge die, they're going to put a swirl on the ground that you need to move out of. You can also AMS the breath. Don't move out. Just stay in. It's fine. AMS.
The waters are cleansed. Drink in their power.
There's going to be more swirls to dodge now.
Three, two, one.
Grapevine.
You can res that guy.
The waters are cleansed. Drink in their power. Three, two, one.
Grapevine.
Bloodlust, bloodlust, bloodlust.
Yeah, this phase literally doesn't even last as long. I don't even think it lasts half as long as Bloodlust lasts. What was that, like 15 seconds?
My realm has at last been cleansed of vile.
Second pot. Oh man, you remember? Free pot. Good old days. Alright, see that person there? You can talk to that person and change your key.
Found any good treasure lately?
What'd you get?
Tell me another story sometime.
For
Ah.
times 20.
Alright.
Upgrade on the chest.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I want to eat. Metro, I'm starving.
That's
bro.
fine by me, actually, because I want to golf anyway. So if you want to stop, we can.
Yeah.
You're going to be around again tomorrow?
Yeah, I should be. Tomorrow.
Perfect. Alright, good.
What day is it tomorrow? Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday.
Yeah.
Alright, sweet, man. Well, good. Yeah, I think you're really, like the tanking element of it, not necessarily the blood DK element, but the tanking element has gotten extremely good. Like, in just 7 short sessions, you've gone from, like, having 0 tank, you know, you don't have any thoughts in your head that are tank, and all of a sudden you're very comfortable with tanking, I feel like. So, that's really good to see that.
Yes. Gear is a lot of it, though.
It helps, but it's, you know, normal to be geared. You just walked into the season very under geared, so obviously you're going to get better with gear, but
Yeah. No, it was a good day today, man.
yeah, really well done. How do you feel like it's going for you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's going well. It's going getting better. Next season, Blood Death Knight tank. Big DK.
Sweet.
Yeah, man. Stupid mistakes dying to like that solo save I could have done would have been lovely.
Yeah,
but
that was a wild stretch between the mop announcement into the dungeon and then you dying at the last boss to just accidentally using a spell wrong. Like that was a wild 30 minutes of my life, but
what a wild roller coaster of
yeah,
emotion.
for real. Honestly, dude, it was like pure elation when they announced that. We read that, we were talking about it. Both of us were super excited, and then walking out of that key, I was like at the bottom of pit of despair. It's like I cannot believe you just died to that.
Yeah, like you were happy, like mate. If I solo saved that, it would have been nostalgic.
If you solo saved that, that would have been like the highlight of my coaching career because I would have been like, look I just showed this fucking dude that not only are these DPS and healers clueless, like you literally saved that dungeon because they were trying to get you to wipe, right?
Yeah.
Bad call on their part. You don't listen to their call. You take the reins as the leader, as the blood DK, solo save it, give them the upgrade that they probably don't even deserve based on the comments they're saying to you. And you just basically walk out of there like you're the best player in the group, right? How great would a feeling that have been? You know what I mean? That would have been the best feeling you could accomplish at a blood DK at this point. So
They just put the negativity in the air.
now, honestly, I know this isn't why because I watched it happen, but like, yeah, when people do that to me, I get anxious. Like I get tilted a little bit. Like they're, you know what I mean? They don't believe that I'm making the right decision and they're critical of me. It makes me kind of tense up and play worse. Like it's not good. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you would have overcome all of that in 1 5-minute stretch. But
Next time.
yeah, next time. All right, cool guys.
That-
Thank you
that-
for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow. Me and Harry again tomorrow.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can get the rest of his tyrannical score, and you can see probably 28, maybe even 2,900 on this character this week. So
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Really appreciate everyone.
yeah, thanks for putting up with his wacko
No
ideas
trouble.
and all that. So yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.